we're diving into session 9 of Occupation. Just we're talking about the drinks we enjoy. I'm going whiskey today, so it should be a fun session. But a little bit of a recap to kick it off. We Last time the group had just finished their successful mission for the Huts, assassinating a Yuzon Vong commander, as well as acquiring the Meridian Mutts and a elite mercenary unit for both the Huts, as well as convincing them to base out of Tafanda Station, as well, earning the group some resources there too. After that, the group had some downtime where they're able to kind of go back and take their own missions, work with their factions, or kind of do whatever they would like to in those 2 weeks. And during that period, a lot of big events happened for the galaxy. We found that the Exchange were attempting to kind of sabotage a droid factory within Zerka's corporate sector, kind of causing the droid, or attempting to cause the droids to go haywire and begin attacking organics. Fortunately, C4 was on the case, and even if he didn't take it super seriously at first, was able to come through and find who the perpetrators of this were and stop them before the sabotage can go into effect, earning himself some acclaim, as well as HoloNet news presence with Zerka, proudly proclaiming that they stopped this exchange terrorist plot with their prized C4 line of droids. During that same period, Malachi was also went to help the Dominion. They learned that there was a potential bioweapon attack on the shipbuilding planet of Sullust, one of the major kind of construction yards of the Dominion's capital ships. So they called in the Sith Lord for his assistance. And Malachi was able to track down the saboteurs who were attempting to release a biological weapon that seemed to spread quickly and feed off of metal, surprising the Dominion that it wasn't a biological weapon targeting the people. It seemed to be kind of aimed at just decimating the shipyards and all of the defense stations in place around the planet. Fortunately, though, Malachi was able to find and stop these saboteurs, protecting the shipyard for the Dominion and allowing the Dominion to keep producing the ships it vitally needs to continue the war effort. With that, too, Val, during this period as well, had learned about after the Huts loudly proclaimed their success with the Tafanda Station group going and assassinating a high-level Yuzon Vong commander. The Huts kind of pretty much crowed around the galaxy, used it as propaganda, and the Yuzon Vong wanted a little bit of retribution. They had started putting agents on Nalhutta, the glorious jewel, as the Huts call it, their kind of quote-unquote capital world, and we're using them to hunt down kind of Hut lords associated with the families. But with that, Val was brought in, and he was able to, almost through happenstance, find who was actually hunting down the Huts and stop them, kind of defeating them in combat as well. But unfortunately, one area where there was some trouble was the Mandalorians' efforts with Vars at the helm to retake Taris, or to defend and then retake Taris. The Yuzon Vong Armada rolled up to Taris, and Vars initially tried to valiantly defend it, leading an effective defense, but unfortunately the sheer numbers of the Yuzon Vong overwhelmed the Mandalorian forces, pushing them off the planet. You then tried to infiltrate Taris with a commando unit, seeing kind of what havoc they could lay, and kind of hopefully lay the path forward with the ground invasion, then eventually supported by space. But unfortunately, the Yuzon Vong proved too dug in for the Mandalorians, repelling them once again. And that's kind of actually where we'll lead into our adventure. Oh, one thing I wanted to check. Burger, do you have a chance to... I know one of the things Val did during his downtime was try to build a logo. I meant to message you about this, but have you had a chance to play with that at all yet?
I've been pretty busy. I completely forgot. I'm sorry.
No worries, man. Yeah, it was only a week, so yeah, I wasn't sure if you'd had time that or not, but that is one of the other downtimes. Val spent some time using his new surprising artistic talent that he found with the ship to build a logo for the Define the Station crew, as they've been getting some press between the successful assassination of the Yuzon Vong commander and C4's kind of mini documentary or mini kind of war propaganda, we'll say, featuring the leaders of Define the Station. But with that, though, Vars, as you kind of return back from kind of the attempt to retake Taris and making your way back to Define the Station, you do get a message kind of on your holopad. It basically, like, it's all caps, and it basically just says Retribution for Taris. And a moment later, your holocam does come up, and you see kind of the battered green and black armor that kind of appear upon it, and you see kind of your old friend. I don't know if we'll say friend, your old commander, we'll say, Perska Velku. So kind of your usual contact with the Mandalorians pops up, and you see he's helmeted on, and you see kind of behind him, looks like a little makeshift command center behind him. You see people kind of bustling around, most of them in Beskar garb, some of them not. But you see him kind of cock his head at you and go, "You ready to give them Criffers a little bit of payback?"
Of course.
Well, Mandalore the Exalted got a plan, and initially I wasn't sold on it, but hearing it out, I think it makes sense. Our scouts found and kind of see him pop up a little holographic map and goes, "This little asteroid cluster. They found 3 Yuzon Vong world ships. If you don't know, they're the big criffers that our scientists say they crossed the void between the galaxies. And we found them, and crazy griffin thing, there's not much of a fleet defending them. A little bit of a ragtag assortment. Looks like even mostly older vessels. Not really what you'd expect for a high civilian encampment. And Mandalore thinks if we have to defend our civilians, those criffers should too. So he wants to send in some teams, blow them up, and see how the Yuzon Vong take it when something's taken for them. Let them know that we don't lose without a fight."
It'd be nice to watch the Vong mourn their families like the rest of the galaxy has.
You kind of see him nod his helmeted head, and he goes, "It would be. The bastards have hurt too much of us without us really getting to swing back."
They came here. They tried to invade. Let's make them show what we want. We wanted to know what it costs.
You see him nod and goes, "Mandalore the Exalted even asked for you personally, too. After hearing about," kind of seems like kind of just awkward, not awkwardly shrug, but kind of just give like a little shrug. Go, "After the mess of Taris, he figured you'd probably want to pay him back in kind."
He figured right.
You see kind of coordinates pop up. He goes, "This is where we're staging at. If you and your crew are interested, bring the rest of the Define the Station folks over. We'll give you a rundown of what our plan is and launch pretty quickly. We want to make sure this is quick and surgical. We can't burn too much resources on this. We want to make sure that we get in there and make them hurt."
Strike while it's hot. Of course.
Yeah.
All the latest information to them. The rest of my, the rest.
You got to chuckle a little bit. It goes, "You got a bit of a ragtag there, but I saw the documentary. I mean, it looks like you guys are doing good work."
You mean the propaganda? Yeah. That. Well, C4 is good for one thing. Maybe 2. The rest have their uses. We'll,
Everybody needs their own clanker.
Yeah. Maybe I'll tell you a story about that another time, but doesn't matter. All right. I imagine I'll be able to convince them. I mean, everybody wants to see the Vong hurt. This might just give the rest of the galaxy the the boost that it needs to let all these people, these things aren't invulnerable. They can be fought against.
Yeah, Bleeding Heart Jedi may not approve, but hey, if they can hit us at home, we can hit them at home.
Well, I'm not trying to. I mean, what? There's 50, 100 Jedi left. Who cares?
Bleeding Hearts, but yeah, round up the crew. Sure, the Sith won't object, but get the droid and the Gorian on board, and we have to go hunt.
Oh, the Gorian's not gonna. I'll do what I can. All right, bar's out.
You just got to salute and go out, and you're kind of left on the station, and you can meet up with the rest of the group if you like.
Okay. Well, and
this is told me at the station. On my way back to the station.
Oh, so you guys are so you're pretty much back at the station at this point. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I wasn't 100% sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, well, with that being said, Vars is going to, I guess, call a meeting. Is that? Gosh, bureaucracy, kill me. Yeah, he's gonna ask everybody to meet him in the conference room in 30 minutes. And then Vars laments what he's become.
Just like looking at that picture of the old crew again.
I'm gonna do the old office conference room. 5 minutes.
That's yeah. So, yeah, I guess that's what Vars will do, and he'll, I guess, ready his pitch and try to figure out ways to sell it, because that's essentially what's going to happen. I mean, at least I don't know. I don't see Val being like, yes, kill the women and the children very much. But that's gonna be. I got something. Go ahead, guys.
So, Malachi will head there as soon as the announcement is made over comms.
Mm-hmm.
And is Vars already there, or did you already go there, like ahead of everybody?
Yeah. One of those things where he was kind of surprised to see somebody there so soon. But sure.
Yeah. So as I get in, Malachi will actually be, if you can attribute the word to him, happy that you're there and nobody else is. But redemption round number 2, I see.
Well, after the failed counterattack, more like 3, but who's counting?
These things happen, but we have the lives to throw at it, and I think that this is a worthy endeavor. Make them pay. Unarmed, women, children, it doesn't matter.
Somehow I didn't think it would be all right, so go ahead.
I said, let's see if the Bong feel.
Oh, they will.
And I do hope that after this, we'll see their true power. That way we can make a real plan to counter them.
You think they've got some sort of
What would be the equivalent of an ace in your pocket in Star Wars?
What is like the
Sabak.
idiot in your pocket? Yeah, because the idiot's right for Sabak, baby.
In Sabak,
well, you think they got an idiot tucked in their back pocket or something?
I have no idea what you're talking about. But I do think if we push them hard enough, because I don't think that they're taking us seriously. I don't think that what we've seen is the true their true power. I don't think that they've shown us everything that they've got. We know that there's leadership, and we know that there's other people out there. I've had very intimate interactions with their leadership. I hope to meet them very soon.
Well, don't take this the wrong way, Malachi, but holy hell, I hope you're wrong.
Well, it ends one way or another. There is no in between. There can't be peace, they can't be reasoned with. But in a hurry to end this conflict only leads to the rest of the conflict that awaits us. Because I'm not gonna... I don't know what Star Wars beat around the bush would be, but I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Once the Vong threat has been eliminated, who remains? Us. And while you might be the friend of the Dominion, there is still bad blood between Mandalorians and Dominion. It's actually ironic, this mission. But I have found you a competent ally. And I'm happy to lend my aid.
I don't think he's explained the mission to you guys, though. Yeah, have you?
Let's pretend that I gave. Let's pretend that I gave the elevator pitch to the Sith because
All right.
Var did not think it was gonna take a lot of arm twisting.
Fair enough.
There, we found our kids.
Fair
and the
enough.
women.
I came into this with player knowledge. And we'll also say the Force.
Yeah.
Intuitive.
Val would come in, stroll in. Bars, the second most honorable warrior on this ship. What prey shall we hunt this time to gain more honor?
As Val, if Val starts walking towards a chair to take any seat whatsoever, I will just, with my finger, like I've got my arms crossed and you just see a finger go like this, and I just start pulling every chair that he goes to, like away from him, just like slowly, like as he's like walking towards it, it's just like... I do stop eventually, like 20 seconds later, I stop, but...
Yeah, Val would have no clue what's happening. He would
I mean, what the... Malachi, just let the guys... Just let him sit.
Just let it happen, Vars.
Alright, well...
If I can't kill him, this is as close as I get to it.
Okay.
The droid is a whole different story, though.
Well, I'm glad you could join us. The humblest sentient aboard the Fonda. I've received some intel from my contacts back with my people. They've managed to locate an area of less defended world ships. Those are the ships that contain the Vong's non-combatants, if you will. And our aim is to strike at them. How do you feel about this?
What is a non-combatant? Val does not understand.
Well, in a society... Well, you know what? It's a ship full of Vong.
Ah, yes, we shall hunt the Vong.
All right. We're not sure if it'll have their... it's their most vulnerable combatants. In a way, their most important Vong. So they should have competent Vong defending them. There may not be many, but they imagine that they'll be elite, which will give you a chance to test yourself against the Vong that people trust their children with. The Vong that Vong trust their children with. Does that make sense?
Val does not understand. We shall go, we shall hunt the Vong. Those who have earned death shall receive it, and those who are not earned death, they shall not receive it. That is Val's way.
Well, you won't be directly harming them, I think. Leave that to my people.
Yes, your people are without honor.
I think we got a different definition of it than you might, but regardless, it's nice to hear that you're on board.
C4, how are you reacting to all this?
C4 isn't there yet.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
late.
okay. He's late.
He's late.
C4 does seem like the type to show up late. By the way, think about it.
Oh, absolutely. And that's exactly. The second hand gets to the dot 5 minutes late. He will like kick his way into there with a box full of pins.
I slam the door shut as soon as it opens.
Ka-dunk! Followed by a slow opening of a bunch of pins now on the floor.
But only one time.
Yeah. As C4 will say, well, I did have pins of the Galaxy United and stand together. I wanted to see what you all felt would be the best to put out there on Zerka's shelves. But I say that is not why this meeting has been called. And he'll strut him.
No, this is not a merchandising meeting.
Why am I here?
Well, for better or worse, you are Zerka's liaison, I guess. And they've been generous with the station resources. And would you be considered personnel or a tool?
That is a good question. On the books, a tool. But to you all, personnel.
Yeah, taking a
And
good thing you said personal. Well, regardless.
I said I was sorry. Didn't you get my package? I know Malachi did.
Your package.
Did
Now
I
what you want
send it
about?
to you? Oh, I had I apologize letter christened with a brochure to Taris during your campaign.
I must have been otherwise occupied.
I should mention it was before the outcome was decided. I thought it'd be fitting, given the assumed victory you'd get.
I'll take it as a vote of confidence versus rubbing salt in a wound. Well, the reason I called you here wasn't to belittle you or insult you or anything like that. Though then things are up in the air. I've got to line on some information for my people. We've got coordinates for underdefended world ships. Are you familiar with the concept of a world ship?
Of course. I know
Yeah.
to avoid them. Defenses around them would be quite dangerous, wouldn't you say?
You'd think. Not these.
Sounds like a trap, then. Surely they wouldn't leave. How many did you say? 3 undefended?
Well, they might be a trap, but the opportunity to strike back at the Vong, where it would hurt them the most, when they've laid waste to multiple planets in this galaxy and this annihilated the home worlds of so many of our own galaxy's denizens.
But on the possibility of it being a trap, can the Mandalorians truly afford another loss? Because the way you talk about it, they're putting a lot of resources into this right after what just happened. So if it is an ambush or some great travesty is being prepared by the Vong, are you truly prepared to risk it?
Yes.
I expected a little bit more deliberation.
Well, I'm ready.
Oh yes, the Mandalorian.
I've thrown myself at the Vong for, what, a year, 2 years now? I'm still on my feet. For better, or, well, still on my feet. If this is what takes me, this is what takes me. But the Vong need to hurt.
C4, you can see him weigh this in his head. Has C4 received the other job offer from Zerka?
He would have received that job offer too.
Yeah. And you would think for a moment, And in true C4 fashion, he probably brings up something he shouldn't. I'm just trying to think. The last time that you had a crew like this going to Vong, an area with the Vong that you weren't quite sure was a trap or not, it didn't go so well. You lost one member, the gardener. Oh, on the books he stayed on world, but I know how the wording goes when it comes to that, and haven't heard much from the rest of them, save for a single death report since.
Yeah.
To be fair, a couple of them would have decent profiles. Dash is with the rebels from the Republic. And you probably hear some explosion that he's caused within Yuzon Vong space and around occasionally. It probably makes HoloNet news. Talis is like, he's doing Zerka research. Is he like high profile Zerka research? Is he like
I thought it was
black site Zerka research? I'll let you decide that one.
He would. He doesn't like to be front and center, so he'll be doing the most important research as much as possible, and fighting tooth and nail against Zerka at every single turn to get them to not fighting like literal fighting, but just the politics and the everything that they do. It's not about the merchandising. It's about, we have a real and present threat in the galaxy, and let's get some work done. So stop making commercials and focus on giving me more funds and giving me the resources that I need. Wow, I turned back into Talis really easy.
Talis would definitely visible with that side, kind of demanding more resources. And Zerka, under the Chairman Zhang, they've been pretty cooperative with giving you the resources they need, but they're not going to stop. They're still trying to make a profit through this war, but they are trying to stop the Yuzon Vong pretty hard, because if the Yuzon Vong win, there's no profit. So they're on board, but they are still doing commercials and shit to bring in more profit from the Mandalorians, the Republic, the Dominion, everybody who buys their stuff. They're trying to milk as much as they can to actually help your bottom line. Yeah, so the more money they bring in, the more research they can fund.
I'd also think if Talis had any idea at all that Tafana Station existed, he would actually probably try to make his way out there to make that his base of operations, since that's the focal point, the center point effort for responding to each and every threat that we're trying to mitigate at the moment.
C4 would 100% feel threatened by that.
I'm sure that Talis would be great friends with C4.
C4 would 100% be threatened by that right there.
Yeah, we'll look into that, because the Tafana Station isn't a research station, so it really wouldn't have materials for Talis and stuff. But
I can adapt. I mean, Talis can adapt.
I think you're looking for some Talis shenanigans. I feel like
I just want to choke myself.
But with that, so you hear actually pretty much all of them. So Caesar's dead. Dash, you hear explosions every now and then. Malachi probably not Malachi. Talis, whenever he needs funding, probably pops up and starts talking voodoo. But yeah, it's pretty quiet for the rest of them outside of ours. Is definitely the most visible of them after everything went down.
Yeah. And
So Val would have kind of just not paying attention, but when he hears Gardener, he'd probably perk up a little. He's like, Val knows of the Gardener. Var, could you introduce me?
If I ever run into him again, it'd be my pleasure.
A man of great honor. It would bring great pride and joy if I was the one to give him his death.
No.
It surprised me, but that really fits. It's surprised.
Well, I don't know if I want to introduce you anymore. I'm fond of you both, and I wouldn't want to see either of you succumb to death. Does that make sense? I don't want either of you to die, and I feel like you're the person, the kind of sentient that would pick a fight with somebody that's 3 times his size. Garner's tall. Whatever you see in Hollows, he's bigger.
Ah,
I can confirm his time with Zerka was
yes, you
appreciated.
must introduce Val.
If I catch wind of him, I'd be happy to.
Val
He is,
really appreciative.
of course.
But
We'll
my
have to
question
Fonte and
remains.
see if he has like some PTO or time off coming up. See if he can get into a session.
Oh man.
But my question still remains. Are you certain you can guarantee our survival through this mission if it does come to the worst?
No. Where the hell did you get the idea that I guarantee that? I do my best to keep you alive, but the Vaughn are the Vaughn.
I, for one, don't want to die, personally.
To make a backup, stop your belly aching or whatever the hell it is you're doing.
You see C4 think for a moment, and he stands a little straighter. And that kind of air of arrogance and smugness disappears as he simply says, "They cannot make a backup."
Oh. That's kind of a design flaw. No?
Consider it,
Don't say it's a feature.
no. Unfortunately. I would if I could, but pains me to say. He taps his brain, or his head, point to his brain. Outdated tech. There's not been a way to preserve my memories other from to keep going on so far.
Well, and with that, Vars will wrap his own skull, his helmet, clang, clang. Same here.
Yes. So please, keep in mind, I am mortal, just like you. So keep me alive in Vong space on one of their world ships. Because I, for one, am not going to help that hammerhead Dr. Vishnin griff that guy.
It's a close friend you're talking about there, droid.
Really?
Wait, what? Wait, which doctor are you talking about? I misheard. I misheard.
Vishnin, the Authorian. I haven't even spoken about him yet. He offered some job escorting him to collect some Vong data. Griff that guy.
Yeah, griff that guy. We'll get him Vaughn data straight from the world ship. So,
And with that, I will say that is a little bit of an option. If you guys wanted to bring the Authorian with you, Dr. Vishnin, to get some samples and some data from the world ship and keep him alive during your whole mission, Zerka may pay some credits for that.
I will say, C4 did not seem not to want to work with this guy, so it would be a good way to aggravate C4 inviting this other Zerka rep to there. Especially because he'd have to be witness to anything C4 does and could report it to Zerka.
And
What is this
C4 would know
doctor's-
about him, but anybody else who'd want to know a little bit more about Dr. Vishnin, roll a lore check.
There we are. Just gotta find my character sheet.
Malachi doesn't care about Zerka and any of their employees.
Which is
Isn't
funny
that-
because I was actually about to ask a question about the doctor.
Vars, you've kind of heard of him, like not like deeply. Actually, Vars, you've heard of him during your time with the old crew. He actually used to work with not with Varus. He used to work with the Gardener a decent bit. Before this whole Yuzon Vong war started, he used to help kind of like build biomes on like desert planets and like kind of like bring bio and like bring like agriculture and like biodiversity to planets like Hoth and Tatooine, who really wouldn't support it naturally. He worked with the Gardener to kind of make sure that life could prevail in even harsh environments. But after the and we'll say because with your connection to the Gardener, after the Yuzon Vong War started, he went dark. He's been off pretty much every record for the last year.
I mean, if that Ithorian wants to see the inner workings of a world ship, that would make sense considering his field of study. So, you want to invite him?
I say we do it because every bit of research that we have against them counts, but we cannot guarantee his safety. Has the good doctor seen combat before?
Oh, you're serious?
Because he's about to see the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
At C4, you would know he's not like a combat specialist. Actually, he's not like for offensive combat. He's terrible. He's more on the laboratory side, but he does have some great support features. He's a good healer. He's good at
Organic healer.
Oh yeah, actually that organic healer. That's a core component of that one.
Good, we don't have to worry about a droid ditching us again.
Do you truly need another Zerka representative? Well, you have me. Not to mention, his offensive capabilities are so shallow. He's far more interested in healing than hurting.
I mean,
Battle votes we trade.
Wait a second.
We trade.
Zerka offered this job to me. So, how are you going to contact this Ithorian without me?
well, alright, maybe not trade, but I'm not worried about offense. We've got Val, Malachi, and I can sling it through blaster bolts. Sure. He's a doctor. He can at least staple a wound shut, probably.
And what's he going to do when he sees those shaped Ithorians?
It might
Probably
motivate,
cry.
or it might motivate him to do something about it.
Fine, I'll invite him.
Yeah, extend the offer. If he doesn't want to come, then we leave him.
See, you can see C4 as you say, we could leave him. You can see him like turn to the side and actively imagine leaving him on the Vong world ship.
A recurring theme with C4 apparently. Just is that inconvenience? Leave it in trouble.
I was about to say, what do you know?
Yeah.
Not even doing like the work himself, like going up like it was rigged from the start kind of deal. No, just like leave it, hope it dies, and run away.
Yeah. Let the universe take it out of your hands.
No. It's going to take a significant amount of effort on C4's part to cover that one up.
And I will say, in their offer that they sent to C4, the credits and the resources to defy the station was predicated on him coming back alive with his data.
Which is why he looks back forward with a annoyed and despaired look in his eye. Fine. He says to no one in particular, but you know exactly what I was thinking, so you know exactly what he's thinking of, like what he's responding to. It's like, just like that, he gets to be left alive.
So do you reach out to Zerka?
Combining the missions.
Yeah, so you reach out to Zerka, you see President Aru, kind of your contact, pop up on the screen. It kind of your buddy relationship with him, because the more your stock rises, the more his stock rises. He goes, "Hey, C4 saw the documentary vid. Hey, you killed it."
Of course. Didn't get to talk to the crew about the pins today, however. They were. Oh,
If you can get them to wear it, just we could Photoshop it if necessary. But if they're actually there, so much better.
the Sith knocked them to the floor. And, cleaning droids already swept them up.
Yeah. Watch out for the lightning. Watch out. I mean, you're not really made for that, but we can Photoshop it later.
But I have a better opportunity for the good Dr. Vishnu. How would he like to check out some undefended world ships?
You gotta see him thinking he kind of scratches his chin and goes, "Yeah, well, initially we wanted him to go check out those that Shaper ship we found. I mean, world ships could be good too. I mean, if you sounds like you guys wouldn't be able to do the Shaper ship. You wouldn't be able to escort him out there, would you?
Not with the opportunity we already have. It would be quite the downsize of our efforts to simply go after that Shaper ship when 3 world ships are at our front door. Imagine getting information on the Vong life cycle, their innocence, and how best to deal with them, at least under the table. Don't want to alienate half the population of the galaxy. The Dominion probably likes seeing the civilians of Republic. Meh.
You gotta see him goes. We'll tell the documentaries to whoever we're sending it out to, but that could be worthwhile. The Shaper ship, we thought there'd be some more advanced biomes from the study, but it's worth seeing the world ships. Scientists haven't figured out how exactly they cross the void. We can let Dr. Veshin, we can loan them out to you guys.
Remember, 3 ships rather than 1. Bring that up to them before you specify which kind.
Well, the other ship was under control of Master Shaper Nim Yin. You know she cooks up some crazy criff, but we'd be happy to load him out. Better than him sitting in the lab without anything to do. And you kind of see him lean into the holocam and kind of low key whisper. He goes, "C4, I love you. He's got to come back."
I know. I can guarantee his safety. I swear my current life on it.
I'm just saying, the chairman, when he offered, he ran it down the pole. He told me about it first. I reached out to you. He just said that Veshnin has to come back. But if you bring him back, this, I'll be honest, not as high priority for Zerka with the world ship as the other one. But you kind of see him look through his funds. It goes, "There's 4 of you. We could spare 4K apiece if you guys bring him back safely, alive." Now, not as great as that 10K we're offering a
If you
piece, but
specify
hey,
alive, you just said bring him back.
alive.
Alive.
His body does nothing for Zerka. We have not found a way to bring people back from the dead yet.
Oh, it's moving the goalposts, man.
Yeah, it's... We should really get more on that. More profitable things first.
Tegan, I do have to ask, considering my history with the Vong, was it a Master Shaper, and was it that specific Master Shaper, or was it who? Was it someone else?
Yeah, it wasn't Master Shaper. Nimian is the kind of the ruler of the Shaper caste. It was definitely somebody kind of below her rank.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, C4 does not want to go near that.
Yeah, C4 probably really wouldn't want to, because they were because full prompt is they think that's where the virus or the bioweapon,
The
I should say, that was,
metal-eating virus, yes.
yeah, that originally.
I saw. C4 does not, he does not want to go near that. There's a reason why you didn't specify more to the crew on what was there. Just like, if I tell them about this, they might think about doing this instead.
Perfect. Well, you see President Arrow go, hey, what's investing your way? Get some vids, get some things we can get some promos out of this. But hey, keep him alive. Keep him alive. Don't come back without him alive. But I love you. We're the dream team. We're the
Dream team. Almost there.
Almost there. We're moving on up. With that, you see him kind of give you a little bit of a wave, and then cuts the cam, and then you guys pretty much been about like I don't know what you guys would do on the station, about a day or so. Actually, you guys can probably leave ahead of time and have Veshnin meet you at the Mandalorian coordinates. Before leaving the station, is there anything that you all would want to do?
Can I make a quick purchase?
No, definitely.
Yeah, just
I would like to as well.
all right. And you said that we got a premium consumable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm totally getting that thermal. I'll tell you that right now. I would like to just purchase an energy shield. The medium energy shield.
Perfect. You're able to find it for base price.
Okay, and I will add it to my inventory, and then that's all of ours once it get done. So to speak.
There are two things that I would like to buy, Tegan, before we leave. I would like to buy one med pack.
Oh crap.
Yeah, if it's anything that's not enhanced, you can just buy it at base cost.
Okay. Perfect, because the second thing I want to buy is a restraining bolt.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Right?
Tegan already knows how C4's reacted to restraining bolts in the past each time.
You could definitely buy this restraining bolt. Remember, no crazy PvP, but you're definitely able to.
No PvP.
Do we have a comm jammer?
We do.
No, you guys never bought one. Actually, no, I think you got one. They gave you one.
Okay.
Okay. But remember, that does not work against the bong.
I know. I was just thinking of it. I was like, I'm gonna get it if not. But if we got one, we're good.
Yeah, I forgot they gave you one for free. Yeah.
At some point, I got a comm jack. I'm also carrying a RAM in case that matters. And yep, got the energy shield, subtracted it. All good here. I'll be back in just a moment.
Perfect. So you guys are able to stock up, get anything you need. Definitely, if you guys need more med packs, I'd encourage you to pick some up. Even though you will have a healer joining you for this mission. Actually, let's do that. Let's do a quick 5-minute break. We'll come back 8:08 and get into the last part of the adventure. Sweet weird.
That's why. That's what I'm
Welcome
gonna.
back, everyone. We were just having a fun conversation about how many holsters you can have with one PC. Vars is up to what, 4?
5.
But but we were diving back into the adventure. The crew just decided to take on the Mandalorian's mission, Retribution for Taris, where they lost a planet, so they were going to try to take out some of the Yuzon Vong's world planets. World ships, I should say. But yeah, so they decided to take the mission. They were able to gather up the resources they needed. And actually, is there anything else on station you all want to do before heading towards the kind of Mandalorian rendezvous? Perfect. Well, I think you guys are good to go. So you guys are able to kind of load up on one of the Defanda ships and make your way towards the Mandalorian rendezvous. And you kind of see it's held. It's not on one of the Mandalorian planets. It's kind of held between the space between space. Just they got the blackness. Not around planets, not around the major hyperspace lanes. A good staging area that's not by much to keep away prying eyes. As you guys spend the few probably somewhat awkward days in hyperspace with this crew, you're able to eventually arrive at this rendezvous, and you see kind of Mandalorian ships buzzing around. You see a lot of smaller craft. There is one kind of large dreadnought in the middle. Vars, you recognize this pretty much immediately. You see this as the ship. It's painted in red and gold coloring. It's the Exaltation, Mandalore the Exalted's personal kind of flagship dreadnought. And you see it is perked in the middle of it, kind of the center of this buzzing hive of mostly kind of medium ships, and it's kind of like mostly kind of like gunboats, freighters, and a lot of like snub fighters kind of buzzing around, fueling and getting prepared for this adventure. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. What's the condition of the flagship?
Well, it's one of those weird ones. It looks battered to hell, but well maintained. You see kind of like the black or the red and gold painting. It looks like it's been recently touched up. You see some deep scars, some deep burns. And one thing I will say about Mandalore the Exalted, and we'll kind of go into what Vars thinks about him too. I know Vars isn't his biggest fan. But Mandalore the Exalted, he's a warrior. He's not one of the leaders that sits behind his lines. He definitely is usually on the front lines. He's arrogant as hell. But he's a good strategist, he's a good leader, good warrior. Not the best politician, not the best long-term government planning, but on the battlefield, he and Darth Dominus used to be a terror. Because with their combined skills, they probably would have taken the Republic by now. The Mandalorians didn't split off.
So another bad decision by the Exalted.
Yeah.
So what does Vars? I know Vars is his biggest fan. What does he think of Mandalore the Exalted?
He honestly kind of, on some level, doesn't understand why he bit back on the Dominion. They had a good thing going. Who knows if, like you said, if they would have been able to push through and actually win, this whole thing would have been the Dominion, the Mandalorians united against a single foe, and that could have been last year's news by now. But he got greedy. He got what he wanted and said, "This is mine," and I got what I needed. He backed out of a deal.
And that's kind of a fair picture of him. He's smart. He's not a cowardly person. He doesn't send people to fight where fights he wouldn't go to, but he wants the fame. He wants the glory. He wants to be known as the Mandalorian. He's already the Mandalorian that retook Mandalore from the Republic, but he wants to be the Mandalorian that brought back the Empire. And that's definitely no lore role necessarily. That's just stuff from kind of, especially your dealings with him in the last year during the Yuzon Vong War, where your profile's been a little bit more elevated to kind of rub shoulders with the elite a little bit more. That's what he wants to be known as.
Yeah, versus Vars just doesn't care if he's known. He just wants to send the Vong back to where they came from.
But as you guys make your way within within the system, you do get a kind of a little automated buzz going. Welcome to Fada Station, crew. Please report to Docking Bay A360. You'll be escorted to the war room from there.
All right.
With that, you guys are able to fly through. You see kind of these buzzing mass of ships. And one of the things you guys probably realize, and Vars, this is second nature to you, but the Mandalorian fleet, like the dreadnought that Mandalore the Exalted is in, like that looks like it is custom built. That has like some Beskar plating. This looks like it was like ship built by the Mandalorian. And you see a couple of other ships that kind of have that Mandalorian signature style to a lot of the skip ray, fire ray. What's it called? The skip rays, I think it is. A lot of like those ships that just have that classic Mandalorian build to them. But most of them, the vast majority of them, you see a lot of Dominion ships, you see a lot of Republic ships, a few Hapen ships. The Mandalorians, when they took over their space and declared their own independence, didn't have the infrastructure in place for their own side, but they've done very well, kind of privateering, we'll say, capturing other people's ships and kind of converting them to their own cause. So it is kind of like just a real mix of things. Like Malik, how you definitely recognize some of the Dominion ships. Before you probably even see a few Zerka ships. Val, even a few of the kind of Hutt smuggler style ships that they've definitely taken anything they could lay their hands on, put a blaster on it, and put it into space. But with that, you're escorted through the fleet and eventually brought into the Exaltation, Mandalore the Exalted's personal flagship. And you kind of see you're escorted through. You see rows and rows of kind of Beskar arm-clad Mandalorians, a lot of super commandos on board, but they eventually do escort you to the war room where you see first, kind of your commander that you've worked with for some time. You see him kind of stand there. He kind of gives you a silent nod as you walk in. But the thing that probably catches your eye is Mandalore the Exalted himself. You see him. He has a deep red and gold cape. His armor is a mixture of crimson and gold, and like it looks kind of similar to a ship. It looks well cared for. It looks like he probably spends time each morning shining it up. But there are gouges, there are acid splashes, there are dents where probably thud bugs have hit it. He's not been one that's just sitting pretty. But you do kind of as they escort you in, you see his visored helm kind of scan between the four of you before settling on Vars, and he goes, "I'm glad you could join us. Today will be a momentous day. Today we make the Vong blue."
Looking forward to it.
Malachi has no interest in what Mandalore has to say, but he is going to look around the room and kind of scan between all the individuals, especially Mandalore, and check their. What's everybody look like? We got nothing but humans in the room.
You've got nothing but helmeted figures in the room. Mandalorians, they're not. And you would know, you've worked with the Mandalorians for a time. They're mostly humans, but not human-centric.
Humanoid is what I meant. I'm casing for Vong in case we got some intruders amongst us.
Oh, that's what you look for, yeah. Say you don't see any blank spots in the Force. These are definitely kind of all true Mandalorians here.
I also have a question. Given the fact that C4 is wearing basically bootleg Mandalorian armor, that's just different enough so he can say, "Oh, it's not Mandalorian." What kind of looks he's getting from these other Mandalorians here?
You see Mandalore the Exalted, like he met eyes, or kind of like he kind of looked and nodded at all the crew, nodding first to Vars, probably then to Val, then to Malachi. He looked at you quickly, and they kind of like you kind of see him tilt his visor before quickly moving on. Vars' contact, Commander Velku, though, you kind of see him just quizzically tilting it, just shaking his head as he sees. You kind of hear a brief muttered, like, Zerka's always bitching about their copyright, but when it comes to our armor, guess it's fair game.
Is it obvious what Malachi is doing in the room?
Oh, Malachi, is it obvious? Is it obvious?
I mean, it's nothing different than what you've seen. So, I mean, unless you're familiar with my race, species, and whatnot, like it's typical Malachi stuff. I don't have my mask on right now, but in game I do. Yeah, you just see him doing he's hunched over and he just kind of looks at Mandalore and he gets the one nod, and Malachi just kind of goes, mm-hmm. And then I, turn and I'm just scanning the room, and I'll lastly end at Mandalore as I kind of sweep. But I haven't told you guys about that ability or what I see or what I'm doing.
Okay.
But I would definitely say that you notice every time that we go into a room with multiple people, and even if it's us, I would be scanning. That would, for future reference, I will always scan a room. If we go into a meeting, I'm scanning. If we meet somebody, I'm scanning and looking and seeing if there's any voids in the Force. But to be revealed later.
Okay, good to know. Vars will give a nod of his head, so to speak, and we'll just Mandalore.
Real quick, Vars, would you have talked to Val about the decorum when we're meeting Mandalore being involved? Is there anything that you would have told Val?
I imagine that Vars is just like, ooh, hit the Vong where it hurts. Ooh boy, hit the Vong where it hurts. Ooh boy. He's like a dog wagging his tail. He doesn't know what to do. He didn't even consider that Val might, offer to challenge Mandalore to a duel.
Although actually,
oh my God, please do it.
So the second that Val opens his mouth and says something, it will hit Vars like a freight train, like off.
The second Val opens his mouth, C4 begins recording.
The second Val opens his mouth, I'll use Force Shunt, but I don't want it to do damage. I just want to hold him in place, and he'll feel the gravity of the push towards Earth.
Oh man! But yeah, go ahead.
No. So when he kind of nods to Val, Val would actually give almost like a little bit of a bow back, and then he would go, Val has heard of Mandalore. Val has heard you are a mighty warrior. When the Vong is slayed, maybe we shall test our blades and see who is the more honorable.
You see, he kind of looks at that. You guys see him tilt his head back and kind of look up and down Val, and you hear in his voice, no insight roll necessary, a bit not cheer but good nature, I'll say. He'll kind of chuckle and go, maybe we will. I've heard tell of you, Val. I've heard you're an accomplished hunter. Before the war, I may have sought you out for some of the bounties that may be on your head, but with responsibility comes power, I guess. So, maybe after the Vong, if you prove yourself worthy, we can have an exhibition.
Val would be very honored. And then he'll give another little bit of a bow and then kind of go back to his cocky self. Val is not a hunter. He is the hunter of hunters.
You see him nodding. Commander Velku mentioned that from the Zerka vid that came out. Yeah, the Hunter of Hunters. Was that Zerka or Zerka marketing, or did you come up with that yourself?
Zerka marketing. No, Val was given the title.
Good to hear. You kind of see him swish his
Watch the
cape.
director's cat.
And he goes, but we did not come here to discuss this. You see Vars, he looks you directly, visor to visor. He puts and actually he reaches out to put his arm on your shoulder. Vars, do you object, I should say, or does he move or anything?
No.
For better or worse, Vars, whatever issues he has with leadership, knows that right now is not the time to, hey guys, we're in the middle of a war on all fronts. Let's have a leadership change. He ain't that stupid. Whatever. When the time comes, but now ain't it. So he'll take it. For better or worse, he is in charge.
He puts his arm on your shoulder and he goes, You did everything that you could for Taris. I reviewed your tactics. I reviewed the operations. There was no way for us to keep that planet or to retake it. We did lose a lot of ships, but it was a necessary loss. Don't blame yourself for its fate.
Easier said than done, but thank you.
Vars expected to have his, pardon the French, but ass chewed out. So he is not sure this is not how he imagined things going. All right.
You see,
I don't know how. I don't know how you managed to do it, but I was like, yeah, screw the Exalted. What's he doing? And then after meeting him so far, it's just like, this man is a Giga Chan. If his religion wasn't centered around armor, I feel like he'd be the kind of guy to walk around with a huge ass sword, no armor, and just say, "Come at me."
He would definitely, if he wasn't from the Mandalorian culture, he'd be I don't know, no armor, but he would definitely be the kind that has his face in every video. He's kind of has C4's own publicity, hunger, we should say, but he's a very competent warrior and strategist at the same time.
He's able to
if not the best
up.
Political leader, because he's kind of bad at that.
So he's an exhibition fighter. Got it.
But I'm just gonna look up.
You see, he takes his hand from your shoulder and goes, "Today there's retribution. The Mandalorians, our reputation," you can see him thump his chest, "is feared throughout the galaxy. Jedi," you can see him look over to Malachi, "Sith, all know what we can do. The Vaughn know what we can do. I brought you in for a specific reason. You all are very visible. Your recent conquest and assassination of the Yuzon Vaughn commander has brought some good morale for both our troops as well as the galaxy as a whole. I want you all to be a part of our triumph. With this mission, we will destroy the 3 Yuzon Vaughn warships and make sure they know that we can strike at them anywhere. What we want you all to do," you guys see a hologram of the kind of the area around the 3 world ships. You see an asteroid belt, and kind of nestled in between, almost in a clearing, the 3 kind of Yuzon Vaughn world ships. They're kind of huddled together. You see some coral skippers and some of their other kind of craft circling around it, but definitely far less than you'd expect for kind of defending their planets, pretty much. As you kind of as it comes into focus, Mandalore the Exalted points out they've under-defended their planets. I'm not sure if they didn't realize that we could find them, or if they didn't expect us to strike out. But they will know that the weakness of the Republic is not the weakness of Mandalore. We will destroy those world ships, and either they will defend them in the future, or we will continue destroying the world ships so there is nothing left. So even if they do conquer the Mandalorians, there will be nothing left of their people to repopulate the galaxy. But what we want you here for, and you kind of see one of the world ships lights up. What? Actually, I'll pick on Val for this one. What color would you say is like the prominent color in the logo? Or Val or Burger, you can take it as well. What's like the prominent color in the logo for the Tapana Station Crew?
I shall leave it to Val.
I think it'll be like either gold or white.
Okay.
We'll go gold.
So you see one of the world ships lights up in gold, and you see him kind of nod at the group and goes, "We want you to take one of the world ships. But first, let me detail how this plan will be executed." He nods at Vars and goes, "Unfortunately, with our recent losses at Taris, we don't have many capital ships to spare. Our plan is our usual plan. Mandalorians don't need ships to fight. We are going to sneak an expert group of commandos in through the asteroid field and have them attached to the world ships. We will provide you with explosives. We want you to blow your way inside the world ship, find its center, and then plant a beradium bomb. This bomb, as long as you find it next to one of their centers, kind of their own plasma fuel reactors or plasma biomes, whatever the criff they call them. If you place it near there, it'll start a chain reaction through the world ship and will blow it to shreds. We want you all to take one of the world ships and be the crew to execute upon this. There's more details to add, but I want to give you a second to consider the tactical implications and see if you have any questions for Mandalore the Exalted.
And what are the other two?
Oh, I'll be taking one myself with my super commandos. And you see him nod to Velko. Commander Velko will be taking the other.
Yes, you would like Val to go through space.
I know it may be different for those who have not been familiar with the Mandalorian way, but we'll provide you with spacesuits. And you see, he kind of wraps his own Beskar garb and nods to Val, and those who've earned the Beskar garb can, of course, use theirs. But for the rest, you'll have spacesuits, you'll maneuver your way through the asteroid belts. We are going to send some of our fighters in to cause a distraction, basically to pull their core skippers, pull their other vessels away from the world ships, and giving you a chance to make your way on board.
C4 would speak up. What are we to do if one of the world ships ends up not detonating?
Well, I hope it would not be your world ship, but if Velku or I fail, that is a cost. Either way, if even one of these world ships is destroyed, we will send a message that we have teeth, that we will not allow our civilians to be killed without theirs being as well.
This has a certain parallel to a event that announced Yuzong Vong. If I'm not mistaken, one of us here was there when it occurred. Slow turn to Var.
After that does sound pretty similar to Vela.
You muted.
I can appreciate the similarity between the two. But this is different. This is... How many innocents have they slaughtered? For what? We are just... In a different situation, we would take over, recruit, integrate, but these Vong have shown that they want no part of our ways. They want to learn nothing. They want to just dominate and eliminate. Better we subject them to it than them to us.
Quite right, Faris. We will not let them extinguish the Mandalorian flame. We will not see the galaxy fall to their grasp.
All right. Any,
What? What?
are there any extra munitions that can be spared besides the explosives for entry and the beradium bomb?
You kind of see him, unfortunately. He kind of like gives a sad shake to his head. Unfortunately, our resources are spread thin. But if you accomplish this for us, VODs, I know you have been instrumental in bringing back the Basilisk and bringing back our droid claim to fame. You kind of see him give a look to C4 before going back. If you do this, I'll provide the Father Station its very own Basilisk to bring into battle. And I'll also make sure that we can provide some of the resources that we've captured from the Dominion and the Exchange of the Republic to define the station. Those that we cannot bring, that we have surplus resources, we'll make sure that we give those to your station so you have the capabilities to strike out of the Vong on your own.
That'll do.
You see, he goes, God, you all will be here with us this glorious day. This will be the day the Vong feel our pain. But let me walk you through the sequence of events. And please, if you do have any questions, our tacticians will make sure that we outline the process for you. You guys see the hollow map shift. You kind of see a black starry space outside of the asteroid belt. He goes, we will drop you all here. We'll provide you with spacesuits with kind of a means of propulsion that should last until you make your way to the station, or to the world ship itself. We'll need you all to go through the asteroid field without drawing undue attention to yourself. Make your way to the world ship that we've designated to you. Once you land upon the world ship, we have found from past engagements and our own scientist investigations that the world ships, since they are living creatures, they will feel you on board. So you will have to fight against the world ship's defenses outside the station. But once you're on board, we'll provide you with 3 charges. Handle this how you wish, but we recommend that you use the breaching charges and plant them in 3 separate places. Blow your way in, and with that, hopefully the Yuzon Vong will be confused which area you actually entered. And you can see the world ship pop up, and they show 3 separate marks upon the world ship. It goes, hopefully that'll allow you time to make your way on station before whatever onboard warriors' defenses they have mobilize. Because they'll have 3 spots they need to check versus being able to pinpoint you exactly. Once you're on board, it is your mission to run. The only thing it requires you provide this, or you place this beradium bomb at their core, set it, make your way off board, and prepare to detonate. Once the ships have detonated, we will be sending in our own ships to pick up any of our crew that have been on board. Even if all the ships are not destroyed, we will still send our own ships. We do not leave our people behind. So know that we will come and pick you up as long as you have, and you can see him add this part, as long as you have successfully completed your mission.
Understood. Go in, make some explosions, make a really big explosion, go home.
That's the way. We'll show these Vong that we are not to be trifled with. We are a warrior culture. They think that they are true warriors, those scarheads. They do not know anything of the legacy of the Mandalorians. Let's let them see a taste of it.
It's not about taking pain, it's about dealing it. We're gonna deal lots of it.
You see him kind of wrap his shoulder again. He goes, this is the way. And with that, do you guys have any other questions for the operation for Mandalore the Exalted, kind of how it'll flow? Basic, kind of quick run through. You guys have to make your way through an asteroid field. You dropped off within your spacesuits. make your way through an asteroid field, then land on the ship, fight the ship defenses until your boarding explosives are placed, bang in, and then you're on the world ship and trying to avoid their soldiers while you make your way towards planting a bomb in the reactor. C4?
This is a question for after we're done with Mandalore the Exalted. I want to ask if they bring C4 a spacesuit.
C4, you don't breathe, so they probably won't bring you a spacesuit on that side.
He will specifically ask for one.
Fair enough. You see, kind of like, get some weird looks, but the Mandalorians do cough up a spacesuit for you.
Just because I don't need to breathe doesn't mean I shouldn't feel included. Plus, look at it. When's the next time I can say I wore something made by Mandalorians?
About how long do we anticipate it'll take from the time we get dropped off to navigate the asteroid and do the operation?
So navigating the asteroid field, you probably estimate about an hour or so, because you guys, like, you're not like in the ship. You kind of they're giving you some temporary thrusters that have enough thrust to get you kind of through the asteroid field. So that takes you about an hour or so, and then once you're on station, they're estimating about 2 hours to completion. So you do have time in case you want to like find it. Oh, cool, to take a short rest, or kind of move your way through. But they're kind of estimating this whole operation should take about 3 hours.
Okay.
Mandalore, will we be sinking our breach into the ships? If we don't, I imagine that it'll set the alarm off for all three, but if we do it all at the same time, chaos.
You see him nod and goes, "That's fair. And it will be good to have our own synchronized timing for that. Velku, note that down and make sure our strategists distribute that to the groups."
It wasn't going to be synced in the first place.
Some I'll add on to that is comms would probably not be the safest option. So if we have, what's the name of the watch called? Chronometer? Yeah, if we sync our chronometers to a time, make sure that we're at our spots, we in place all of our explosives and set it to explode at X time.
Fair. That's fair. We'll make sure that we're synced and ready to go. And then you guys see him look between you all accomplished warriors, strategists. You've all fought the Vong. We have our own ways, but we're not opposed to hearing what the rest of the galaxy believes. So feel free to include your own ideas within. But with that, unless you guys have any other suggestions for Mandalore the Exalted, they will provide you, and I don't know how you guys want to divvy it up. There will be 3 breaching charges, which you guys can utilize to make your way on board the world ship that will kind of cut through the UR coral. You have to set them, and these kind of specialized breaching charges that can kind of cut through the whole of the ship, as well as this one kind of just pretty burly looking beradium bomb. It is like 2 football sizes. It's a little chunky. So you guys have to divide that up. That's actually one thing I will ask: who is holding what? Or how you guys are divvying up the breaching charges, and these are like specialized breaching charges, I should say, and then the big beradium bomb.
Probably give the bomb to the strongest person, whoever that is, and then everybody else a breaching charge.
Val, Varus, who's stronger between the two of you?
Val wouldn't hold the bomb.
C4 is actually pretty strong himself. He would want to hold the big bomb.
Okay. C4's taking the big bomb? Or does the group object, I should say?
No.
Yeah.
Malachi will just stare at Vars, waiting for a reaction.
I'll take the big one.
Oh no, I insist.
No, I'm gonna insist harder.
Perfect.
Give me just a moment.
Val
So,
will take a breaching charge, so I'll take one of those.
Yeah, breaching charge for the rest of us, I guess.
C4 will take a breaching charge.
You guys got to stop making me laugh. I'm trying to be serious.
perfect. You guys, Vars takes a big bomb. The rest of you guys take breaching charges. You see Mandalore the Exalted kind of gives you a nod and says, "Today will be a glorious day. Not just for the Mandalorians, where we get retribution for Taris and the lives that were lost, but for Tafanda Station, when you guys show that you have the mettle to do what needs to be done. You're not going to whinge and whine. You are going to strike back when you feel that yours have been hurt." You see him wrap his armor once again and goes, "I salute you." And then he kind of quickly walks out of the room and begins his own preparations for the attack. As you guys are kind of like maneuvering through and kind of preparing yourselves and getting familiar with the explosives and all of that, you do see an Athorian approach you. And this Athorian, he's wearing kind of like this, it looks like almost an armored lab coat. Like it looks like it's kind of lightly armored. You definitely see kind of the Zirkle logo on it. He's got like these weird glasses that go across his hammered head. And he kind of looks at you guys and look at this almost melodic voice goes, "C4, is this the Tafanda Station crew? It's good to see you again, C4, but is this the crew that'll be escorting me?"
Yes. This is the crew. Let me introduce you. We have Vars, the one who introduced this mission to us, of the Hunter of Hunters, Val. Val.
Val greets you. I don't know who you are, but welcome.
It's the doctor, the one I told you about. The giant nerd.
Yes. Giant nerd, Val is welcome to meet you, and Val shall swear your safety.
You see, like, he looks both, like, slightly offended, but then relieved. And he kind of, like, he goes to shake your head, Val. He goes, "Oh, Val, I appreciate that. Yeah, C4, I've heard a lot about you.
If you're
I know we've
unworthy
interacted
fight,
with
he will take that hand. Oh, and also, Malachi.
It's
This is
Lord
it.
Malachi. And we've heard good things about you, Doctor. We will do our utmost. C4 will do their utmost to ensure your survival and your deliverance.
Unfortunately.
You gotta see he acts like he didn't hear that, unfortunately. You see, he like, goes, "Well, I appreciate that. Usually I stay in the lab. I've worked with the gardener, and he looks at Vars, and I've occasionally done business lately with Taris, but I'm just out here. I need to collect some samples, and I was hoping to go to that cheaper ship, but you guys decided not to, so I guess we're going here. So it's not as good as I'd hoped it would be, not the best data, but I'm still here. I can help.
Doctor.
As long as you make me sure I'm safe."
Doctor, stay close. If you need assistance, ask for it. Do not steer away from the objective and what we are here for. There will be an excessive use of force, literally, and violence. Keep your head down, keep your eyes open, and you'll make it back.
I can do that. And you kind of see like, and you kind of see. Actually, he says this. I'm glad I got to help you guys. Tafanda used to be my own home before the Vaughn. I mean, they did what they did. So I don't think there's a true excessive in the situation. If you know what I mean.
Good to hear you won't be squeamish, Doctor.
Mandalorian, I'm not warrior boy. What? I've got lots of reputation, Pop. I've got some good tech to help support. Just as long as I can collect my samples, I will stick close, keep my head down, and allow you to do what must be done.
And are you going to be alright when we're in space? I'm a little worried. A little bit of sunlight, or in this case starlight, might crisp your skin off your body. I mean, it's the first time you're seeing it in such a long time, eh? In person.
C4, they told me about your sense of humor. A few other things too.
Like what?
They said you're very fast and you leave very quickly, and not to lose sight of you.
Doctor, are you a friend of the gardener?
Yes, it actually he kind of like this big like mouth kind of below his kind of eyes stalk. He's a Thorian, so I should describe him a little bit too. So he's got like this big like elongated head. His mouth's he's got two mouths on either side. Both of them kind of smile, and you see he goes. The gardener and I used to be very good friends. We used to work on different kind of habitable planet solutions and different ways to bring biotech to those who are in hard situations. And we had to do it for Zerka, but we had some good successes, and I know they sold it, but it still helped people.
Val would genuinely bow and just say, Val, you must be an honorable man. Val swears to you on my own blade that you shall return from this mission. But you must introduce me to the gardener.
I can do that. He's been a little bit like he's been. I haven't kept track of him since kind of like Savaras, and since but I'll try. I can try.
Yes. Val is looking forward to that. But again, Val swears to you, you shall return.
And you see with that, he kind of like steps like closer to Val. He just kind of like slides over.
And C4 will lean in and whisper to Val, so the good doctor here doesn't hear, but not a word on me using products the gardener made. I will never hear the end of it from him.
Val does not.
Not a word.
Yeah, I don't know if actually Val knows that reference. He would just be very confused.
C4, whenever he has used the tech power, debilitating gas, he has always had as the garden, like something Zarka is kind of twisted from the gardener.
Gotcha.
But with that, Dr. Veshnan joins the party for this adventure. He'll be out of game. He's got a good healer, some good support stuff. He's got some offensive options, but not his true forte. But he will be with the crew, and he gets one death save. So he's not a party member, but he does have one death save to come around. So if he does go down, I will say if you want to keep him alive with that record payout, prioritize.
Okay, yeah, noted. That's one death save. Okay.
I said one death failure. So if he saves, he goes another turn. But if he fails, he is dead.
Okay.
C4, keep him alive.
I bought a med pack.
Perfect. But with that, you guys are able to do any last minute preparations that you have, kind of preparing for this assault. You see Mandalorians around you gearing up. Those that have like true Beskar arm, kind of equipping it and ready to kind of readying themselves for war. Those who don't have Beskar arm, kind of loading into ships, kind of preparing to assault the station. But with that, is there any last minute prep you guys want to do? You do see they provide you guys all with spacesuits. And heads up, we will be using our spacesuits rules that we used last time as well. Vars, with his Beskar arm, with the kind of the enhanced Beskar arm, since it gives you breathability in space. Yeah, look, I think there's a time limit on that, but I'll have to look that up in a minute. And C4, since you don't actually need to breathe in space, will be exempt from that side. Vars, you have to check the time limit. I actually remember there's a time limit on that. But C4, since you truly don't need to breathe, you will be exempt from the void rules on that.
Yippee! You know he'll still be a drama queen whenever his suit gets ripped out there.
Perfect. So last minute, is there any last minute prep you guys want to do? They do have a small store that can sell if you did need additional med packs or anything like that. They do have that.
If they have a respirator, I'll buy one. The respirator says that it gives you 1 hour of oxygen in any environment.
Okay. So you got your spacesuit too that gives you that as well.
Just in case I get that hole.
I don't think you'd be able to have both on at the same time, but you could definitely use an action to try to put the respirator on.
Better safe than sorry. I'll get a respirator just in case.
Perfect. Yeah. So if your suit does breach, you can use the respirator to put that on, which allow you breathability, but still some of the cold and necrotic would come through. It'd give you advantage on your save, we'll say.
C4 is going to load up the incinerator cell he got with the consumable premium loot that we got. So he's got that. Didn't save the thing I copied into it. Dang. He's got that incinerator ammo, and he's going to look to our good doctor and say, "You may want to fork over a couple credits of your own and buy some repair kits. I doubt you have anything to help droids."
Give me a persuasion check on that one.
Persuasion. 14.
He goes, I don't really have much that can help droids. You guys see, look, I've got medpacks. I've got some healing that I can do through my Zerka patented tech. I can give you a medpack.
Maybe the Mandalorians have some repair packs for sale. But of course, on the salaries Zerka must pay you, might be a bit too much.
It is. I've seen you doing all the holovids, so you must have a lot of credits. So I'm sure you could buy one and I could hold on to it for you.
No. Your hands are more suited for organic flesh. Don't want you accidentally transplanting a beating heart into me. Trying to make me feel for you.
I'm an expert in biotech, but I think that's fair. I don't really like doing repairs for droids, so fair. Okay, I'll take that deal. So, yeah, we'll be good. So you protect me, I'll bring you back, and we'll be good right?
And most simply, I hope my hands don't slip whenever I will eventually need to put some life-saving back into your veins.
You guys see him step closer to Val. He goes, okay,
C4 will lean back.
But with that, you guys are able to prepare anything that you all need for this expedition. But once you all are ready, they will kind of invite you to, and you see kind of like these Mandalorian bars. This is probably old hat for you. You see a lot of these Mandalorian dropships. These are kind of truly Mandalorian made. You see that within them, like kind of like there's a cockpit area, but it's sealed off, and you just have this drop area. And like they load you 4 up into the drop area, or 5 with Dr. Veshnin into the drop area. And you see it's atmospheric for now, but once you get closer to your destination, you know they start pumping out that atmosphere so they can drop you hot, have you go in kind of dark, and then dip out from wherever they need to. But they load you up into there and kind of begin for the operation. Perfect. Well, with that, you guys load up. You got a hot pilot behind the sticks. They're pretty close to the kind of the sector where this will go off at. Their staging area was probably about 3 or 4 hours away, so enough time for you guys to collect your thoughts and prepare for what's to come. But you are able to kind of just get that ride in. Eventually, you do notice the atmosphere begins to pump out of your ship. You see a red light flicker off, and in your comms, you hear, "All right, drop in 3, 2, 1, go." You see the landing bay doors open. You see the blackness of space around you as you guys float out into the abyss. You see this array of asteroids in the field, and you see deep within these asteroids, you see these 3 large world ships. And you guys have all seen Yuzon Vaughn craft before. You've seen the coral skippers, you've seen their dreadnoughts. These things are enormous. These things look bigger than 4 dreadnoughts combined. These look like they can house a sizable planet's population within them, and they are just in there. These just large coral skippers. But actually, everybody give me either your choice. Investigation will be a little bit easier, but your choice of investigation or perception. Can anybody read that Malachi's die? It's like pure black on my screen. It's like,
I can see the number on it.
I can see what the result is, but I just couldn't read the die.
My dice are of the void.
C4, whether it be getting thrown into the void or whatever it may be, you just don't really have the best.
He's watching the doctor, making sure he doesn't just fly into space.
Do you see the doctor? Like, I imagine everybody's. Var is probably the most old hat of this, but jumped out of the void confidently. Like, he kind of stumbled into the void, but you see him kind of like doggy paddle for a second before he reorients himself and gets like his jetpack right. And that's what you kind of see as you go down. Malachi, Vars, and Val, you guys all are able to perceive this. You look at these world ships, and you've seen like a lot of like their dreadnoughts, like their kind of assault class ships. Like, they look not pristine, but the coral seems brighter. There's less scars and gashes. There's less kind of gray and almost dead-looking areas. But this world ship, you see a lot of like the usually vibrant coral, because even with how deadly the Yuzon Vong ships are, they do look pretty visually appealing. This world ship looks. It's like, it looks old. It looks not decaying. You can see it's maneuvering. You see it kind of pulsing. But it looks old. It looks like it has seen some. Looks like it's been alive for some time and seen some things. Malachi, you got the best on that one. So you probably surmise like this. Crossing a galaxy is not really a fast thing. It's not really something that can be done in a year, a decade, even a century. These world ships have probably been alive since the start. So they are definitely older. Definitely have been through the mix.
Kind of look like they're on their last leg.
Yeah, definitely. Look like they are not last leg, but it definitely looks like a lot of effort's been keeping them up and running. If that makes sense. Kind of like that old car where people are just like definitely kind of funneling resources into that car that probably should have been scrapped, but they're just continually kind of fixing it and just funneling those like the credits into it to keep it going.
I'll pass that information on to all the group in vicinity, and then also to Vars. I hope that this is the victory that we hope it is.
It will be. Oh, yeah. It will be.
Perfect. You guys see the asteroid field stretched through you. You see asteroids maneuvering, colliding, bouncing off of each other. You see kind of as you look around through 2 other strike groups, and like they are pretty much in the distance. You kind of see their ships drop them off kind of from different areas of the asteroid field to kind of allow them to kind of maneuver in without compromising each other. But with this, we will have a skill challenge. As you guys see this asteroid field, you see asteroids bouncing off of each other. You see kind of just things lurking amongst the fields, and you see the Yuzon Vong world ships along with their support craft in the distance, kind of all keeping not watch, but keeping aware. And basically, with this, you guys will have 6 successes before 3 failures to try to make your way through the asteroid field without drawing undue attention from the Yuzon Vong. Because with this, your aim is to get to the asteroid field and make your way to the world ship and blow your way within. But if you make up too much noise, there's a chance that the Yuzon Vong world ship will be a little bit extra defended as you guys make your way towards it. But yeah, so kind of hazards from the asteroid field, hazards from crafts, patrolling potentially. There's gonna be a lot of hazards within. So 6 successes before 3 failures. And I'm actually going to run to the bathroom real quick to give you guys a chance to think of what you guys want to do here. Typical skill challenge rules. So think of different creative ways to go through it. Oh, one thing I should mention. The doctor isn't going to be making his own skill rolls, but each round, kind of whoever you feel will need it, he can give somebody a D4 with his, what's it called? Tech version of guidance, that's what it's called, to assist with that. So,
Temporary
whoever
boost.
What's that?
Temporary boost.
Temporary boost, thank you. So you can pick one person per kind of a round with everybody going to receive that. And he'll be able to assist there. But yeah, I'm going to go run to the bathroom and we'll get into it there.
Dibs on piloting. I have a plan.
I definitely will not attempt piloting, so you're good.
I'm curious how far is going to flavor athletics for this.
I got acrobatics, I'm guessing.
Oh, he didn't have the headphones. I had made a jest. I said I wonder how far is going to flavor athletics for this.
Would asteroids be considered an object?
Very large object.
I mean, depending on the size. But yeah.
I just want to see Vars punch an asteroid. It's got to happen.
Falcon punch.
What are you guys punching?
We were talking about Vars punching the asteroid and us crashing through it, Avenger style. But yeah.
I don't think he can hear us right now.
I will mind trick the asteroid.
Perfect. Well, we'll figure out how punching and mind tricking the asteroid goes for you all.
Wait,
but-
I just realized.
Yeah.
I have the character who punched a bunch of asteroids once. Garmin did that.
hear the sounds out. Let me switch that. So hopefully that fixes sound, because it's all coming through my board. So hopefully that did fix it.
Okay. So, well, I was just wondering because I that might have determined what I was going to try to use, but I do want to make sure that our initial entry into the field goes without failure. Don't want to fail right at the beginning. To be determined in a moment, but I want to use the force push pull, maybe even force shunt. These are all objects, so they'll automatically fail any sort of save that's associated with it, but I want to push them away, I want to pull them in a direction, and I want to I guess shunt would be more of a downward kind of way, seeing as there's no real direction in space, but I want to clear the path utilizing those types of ways to mitigate our way forward.
Definitely, give me a charisma save to see if you're able to kind of clear the initial bit in.
Charisma, I don't have any of that. Oh. Okay.
Nice. Yeah, you're able to kind of gather the force around you. It takes some effort, but you are able to move some of the asteroids through, kind of providing that initial path in for you and the crew and earning you guys your first success as you guys make your way within the asteroid field. As you guys kind of make your way within, you see more of the colliding asteroids. You see kind of patrolling coral skippers kind of maneuvering through. What do you guys do? Who's next?
Val's going to try to take point as he's been trying to fumble his way through using the rockets for a while. He starts to get agitated, and he's going to land on one of the larger ones, and he's going to start just trying to bound between the asteroids through space.
Okay, so kind of bounce between them, kind of rebound it through.
Yep, yeah, trying to actually use kind of what he's used to in his kind of physical skill set to.
Okay. Give me an acrobatics check. Or athletics, your choice.
Right.
Hey.
Solid. Yeah, you guys see this? And it's definitely a haphazard path to follow. But Val does kind of give you the route to go as you see him kind of like boosting jets, bouncing, bam, like almost pinballing between the asteroids, kind of using that to propel momentum and get further within the asteroid field. And as you guys see this, you have 2 successes, 0 failures out of 6. As you kind of propel yourself further within, you see these asteroid bouncing, you see patrolling used on Voncraft. You also see kind of these weird kind of they look like they're asteroids, or they on a surface glance, no perception check necessary. They look like they're asteroids, but they've got a little bit too much color. And on a further expression, they do have a coralish hue, and you kind of see them floating around as well. But 2 successes, 0 failures. What do you guys do?
All right, C4 is he's got we all got these like little propulsion packs, like jet packs to keep us going through here. He's going to be giving tips to the party, mostly the doctor, on how to use these proper in space. Of course, this will not be directed as Vars, as he would assume Vars, as a Mandalorian, would have this completely covered. But given Val's reaction prior, and he has no idea about Malachi, the void of space might become a little tricky to navigate, especially since there's no resistance at all. So to avoid slamming into the rock, I would propose that C4 roll piloting to kind of keep the crew together in almost a what's that thing that birds do? Like they form up?
Flock.
Yeah, like a flock together.
Sweet. Yeah, roll me a piloting check.
All right. Hey.
Nice.
So far, so good.
So far. Nat 20. So Nat 20. So that's 2 successes on that. So you guys have 4 successes, 0 failures. C4, yeah, you give I feel like you probably use part of your droid brain to just find the optimal path to avoid detection between the coral skippers, avoid those weird corally objects, and avoid the crashing asteroids, giving the party tips as they kind of go through to navigate that as well. And you guys make some considerable distance with that, edging your way closer, fairly close to the world ships with just a little stretch of asteroid and expanse in front of you. You guys have 4 successes, 0 failures. Bars, you are up. And since somebody claimed the doctor's bonus, you get his doctor's bonus too.
One thing, with that nat 20, could the doctor be having the time of his life with the propulsion pack in space?
The doctor does look weirdly content. He's definitely the type that would rather be in a lab, so he's not having the time of his life. But he does seem like he doesn't seem as panicked or as nervous or as twitchy as he was on the Mandalorian ships.
I'll take it.
Fars, what are you thinking?
The only I guess trying to intuit what the Vong, I mean, just taking his experience with the Vong as a whole and trying to use that as a way to kind of intuit their methods, what they would be doing to, patrol, and trying to bear that in mind and use that as sort of a, what not to go towards, if you will. So, I don't know, just do, Vong typically stay in one spot and look around, or do they like to move around? And having that in mind as the group goes forward and making decisions based on that.
Perfect. Give me your choice of intuition or lore.
Okay. I assume that you meant insight.
Yeah, insight or lore, yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if it was named intuition in a different system. And hey, 23 is hopefully enough.
Solid. Yeah, Vars has fought the Yuzon Vong for probably one of the longest in the galaxy, outside of his initial party. And you've kind of figured out some of their search patterns, even some of their trap patterns. And you're able to maneuver the crew through kind of this expanse, getting them pretty much near the end of this asteroid field, avoiding the patrols, avoiding their traps, avoiding notice as you go through. And the crew has 5 successes and 0 failures so far. And 5 out of 6 successes.
We're doing so well. I know, Deacon, I know you already said the scientist isn't going to make a check, but I'm kind of feeling confident in him.
You guys want to make the scientist make a check?
No, I think Val's got an idea.
Okay.
That the scientist doesn't need to die in space. So I think for the final stretch, Val is going to try. If there's going to be an ambush, it's going to be at the inner side of the asteroid field. Is kind of where Val is thinking. So he's going to try to kind of sneak forward or stealth forward to just make sure that there's nothing waiting for us when we come out.
Perfect. Give me a stealth check. Nice. You guys crushed this one. You were able to kind of, as you guys get to the edge of the asteroid field, maneuver the crew through kind of the last little bits of the asteroids, avoiding those last patrols and last traps, and make your way to the edge of the field. Looking around, you don't see any signs of ambush. The only thing that you do recall is that Mandalore the Exalted did let you know once you do set foot on the ships they're sentient. They can feel people upon them and sound the alarm. But outside of that, you guys have done everything you can not to draw attention to you, so you can make your way to you don't see any patrol craft, you don't see any warships, anything that sounds like the alarm has been pre-triggered. So you guys feel like you have time to kind of make your approach confidently as you guys make your way through the asteroid field. 6 successes, 0 failures. And all pretty high 20 successes too. It was a solid round for you guys.
What is the distance between the 3 breach points?
The distance between 3 breach points. Good question.
I feel like that's something that we would know, and then Malachi would definitely be hyper aware of whatever the time was on the chronometer or whatever our sync up time is to do our breach. So I'm only thinking of it now, of course, but I feel like that's something, tactical mind of myself. Would have definitely wanted to plan that out and then not touching the surface until we absolutely had to. And then deciding which breach point we want to meet at. So we're going to have... Sorry, go ahead.
There's 3 breach points, 40 feet separate them between on the world ship. With that, you guys know that there's pretty much, what would that be, 30 seconds between kind of hitting the edge of hitting the ship and the trigger going off, but there is a 1-round variance that you guys can do. So a round after, a round later, within those 6 seconds, they think there won't be too much discrepancy between it. That should still cause the chaos you guys are looking for. With that, too, and going to mechanics as well. So we already talked about there's going to be the suit mechanics, laying the breach charges. These are specialized breach charges. So with either a demolitions check of 12, DC 12, or a technology check of DC 15, you could lay them as a bonus action. Otherwise, they will take your full action to lay.
F.
C4's feeling pretty confident.
Oh, okay, so it'll take a full action without any sort of check.
No check with a full action, yeah.
Okay. Well, how do you guys want to do this? I'm not technologically inclined. We've got a scientist, we got a doctor who probably is C4. You probably know what you're doing. We could maybe send the doctor with me or Val, and then Vars with me or Val. And then we meet at the breach that is closest to the point where we're going to plant the bomb.
Well, there'll be bombs in all 3 locations.
Oh, okay. I thought we had the breach, and then we had 1 bomb and a location that we were going to put it in to explode the ship.
Oh, the core of the ship, they're all, this is a huge world ship, they're all pretty much negligible distance from the core. So it kind of depends which one of the 3 points they're all, it's a huge ship, so they're all, you may say 10, 20 feet going from one to the other, but it's still going to be a little bit of a hike. These are just placed them in different sections of the ship to basically draw attention and giving you guys a chance to kind of duck out before undue notice is coming for you.
Okay. Well, I leave it to your decision, Vars. This is your mission. Who you want to go with, or not go with, but I strongly encourage that we converge at whichever breach point that you go to, and we stay with the bomb. We protect you and the doctor at all costs.
So I'm going to use a bonus proficiency here, and I'm going to take the demolitions kit or the demolition proficiency.
Nice.
And so when I was on Nalhutta, tracking down the agents with the iridium mutts, one of them gave me a breaching charge to lay, and Val had them explain how to use it. But of course, Val knows how to use the breaching charge, but maybe you shall show me one more time. And we'll say that they worked with Val so he could plant the breaching charge and lead the final charge, because of course Val had to lead the final charge. So I'll go ahead and take the demolitions kit expertise there.
Perfect. Of course. That definitely does fit Val. Like, I know how to do this, but just show me one time. I know. I'm good. Yeah, with that, so yeah, you guys are kind of floating in space right now. You know that Pudu is going to kick off once you set foot upon the ship. You do have a bit of time to prepare. It'll be about a 10-minute journey between the ship, and between this edge of the atmosphere to the ship. And you guys are good to go. Malachi.
Malachi will cast Vitality Shield. It lasts 1 hour, so I feel like with us closing in on crunch time and breach mode, I'm gonna cast that now on myself.
Okay.
Let's see if I did this right. Previous. Okay. And I'm also gonna cast it at 4th level. Actually, no, because I'm using the one in my thing. Never mind, disregard that. It'll just be normal at 2nd level. Wow, that's bad. That's really bad. Okay, so I lose 7 HP, but I gain 14 temp HP.
Okay.
This does also remind me. C4 will use all 3 charges from his armor to cast Vaultic Shielding at level 3.
All right.
That
How long does that
temporary
last
defeat.
for?
1 hour.
All right, perfect. Sweet. Well, you guys are able to maneuver your way through, kind of getting closer and closer to the gold dreadnought that's been designated for the Defiant Station crew. And eventually you are able to set foot upon the warship. And as you do, you kind of feel like almost a contraction, like a shudder of the ship. And you see kind of just spurting up these turrets kind of like pop through. You see plasma kind of almost dripping from their face, and you hear the screech of these loud, somewhat bird-like almost. Actually, bring me a lore check with this one too.
Lord. Dang.
C4 and Val. You guys are both familiar with that screech. I don't know if you guys have spent time kind of in space with Yuzon Vong ships, kind of outside of your own starships. But you know that they're protected by their plasma turrets, but they also have these almost like scavenger creatures that kind of cling to the ship. And when something kind of foreign or hostile comes on, they kind of swarm it. Almost trying to eat it if it's edible. If not, just peck it to death. If not. And you hear that screech, and you start to see the flapping of wings coming towards you guys. But so far, none are on the field yet. And with that, what time is it? How? I'm on PTO the next couple weeks. Are you guys good to go for about an hour?
Yeah, I'm good.
Let's do it then. All right, so you guys, you see this go through. Let me put on the map. This is a long map too, so I didn't pick a starting point for it. So you have to kind of zoom in, zoom out, kind of whatever works best for your screen on that side. But it is definitely a long one. So you see right now, there's none of the birds have arrived on the scene yet, but you do see plasma turrets scattered around, and you see the X's are where the different bomb spots are. So you see one kind of close to you guys, one over here, and then one all the way over here.
I think the scientist has the wrong token.
Oh, it does, yeah.
And I assume we're starting at the top up here.
You are, yep. So you guys are starting at the top over there.
I guess a little bit more of our planning phase, if we've got a moment as we're coming in for our landing to get set. I think our fastest person should go to the furthest location. If the doctor or Vars is coming with me, I'm gonna go to the middle location, and then that leaves C4 and Vars or the doctor going to the first location.
C4 will be going to the first location with his 25 speed.
Yeah, Val will take the farthest.
All right, well, roll me initiative, guys.
Nope.
How many inspiration do we have at the moment?
You do have 4.
4.
I say we let Malachi have it, because that is a rough one. And this, from the last time we did space combat, I say, oh, sorry, go ahead.
What do you do with a initiative with, isn't it like a +5 bonus or something to everybody? Or is it just a straight roll for inspiration on initiative?
I think it's +10.
Oh. You want to know something I just realized? Kind of hurts. I don't think we've done tactical initiative once for this crew.
Yeah, this crew is not the tactical initiative crew.
I don't see this crew doing that.
Val, I would be 100% down with you adding a +10 to your initiative.
I can make it there very, very quickly.
Oh, wait, that's the intelligence.
I think that's one round of movement for me.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess it's to make you get there immediately.
Yeah.
Alec, I thought you rolled the 2 for initiative. That's your lore check. I see now that you rolled a 14, rather. My bad.
And remember, you Malachi did mention synchronizing it with it, so you guys do have 4 to 6 rounds to hang out. Unless you do want to go early, that's completely your choice.
4 to 6 rounds to get to our mark.
To blow it up.
Ah, okay.
Oh, okay. So we can't blow it up yet because we're not.
You could.
Okay.
But Malachi did mention that he wanted to synchronize the explosions.
Gotcha. Can we like synchronize the timers right now?
Oh,
So
yes, you can
down
set them
there.
and forget them. So
Yeah.
either using your action or your bonus action with the check, that'll basically be make sure the timer's good to go.
Okay, cool.
Sweet. C4. You're up first. Yep, first before that goes too.
All right. C4's gonna move right up. Does he have to be on the X or next to the X?
If you're adjacent, you're good.
All right. So he is going to try and set it as a bonus action.
All right. Give me either a technology check, DC 15, demolitions check, DC 12.
Technology.
Nice. C4, how do you go about kind of setting that charge?
Usually C4 does things pretty quick, nonchalant. This one, he doesn't want to blow up, so you see him just set it up and works through it like a droid. No, none of his usual fancy smancy stuff or trying to make it look special. He's just like slap, gets it done, and he is running right back to the scientist, to which he will take the guard action for.
Oh, well, C4 is taking his responsibility seriously here. So you see Dr. Vesh kind of huddles beneath you as you kind of like stand guard around him. You do see him kind of working on his data pad, or wrist pad, I should say. But he looks surprised and appreciative of you taking concern about him.
Make sure to get exactly what you need. And please, for the sake of my paycheck, don't croak.
And with that, oh, it's the closest one too. All right, C4, you see one of the turrets kind of springs to life, and it does target you on this side. You see it kind of like, and with spacesuits, it's harder to tell, but you do feel like it focuses on you for a particular reason. And you see plasma starting to build at the front of this turret, and it leashes. It's going to do 2 plasma blast your way.
Let's see him.
Oh, why isn't that rolling? There we go. That shouldn't have an advantage. So what was the first roll? So 3, the first one will miss. I don't know why I gave it advantage.
And in case, oh, there it is.
Yeah, that will hurt. Ooh.
So first one will miss. It will try again.
Oh,
Oof. This one will crit.
on the 19?
Yeah, they do have keen 1.
Wait. Oh shit! Shield will not save me there.
Actually, no, that's a correct crit.
I'm gonna use element of surprise at the very least if I'm still standing.
Yeah, it's nasty, but not crazy.
I mean, wouldn't the
Yeah.
19, if he gets his AC above it, I mean, it's not a critical, like a natural 20.
Yeah, it's
I
not
think
an
keen crits still count as crit crits, don't they?
I don't know. I thought, well,
That-
I might be wrong.
Regardless, C4 cannot get his AC above that. He can only go up to 22, not 24. So C4 is going to cast Element of Surprise as his reaction here, which it didn't come out for some reason. I'll just put it in there, the info here, and he's going to use a superiority dice on it to attempt to cast it at a higher level here. The overcapacity power, which D6. Let's see. It will be cast as 3rd level. So give me a dex save.
With this, it's rooted in place. It automatically fails.
Hey, that's pretty good. So that's going to be Law 7's 24 fire damage straight back.
Nice.
And I'm very glad I had that temporary HP.
Yeah, you see this kind of. Now that you describe how the element of surprise looks, but you see one of it shoots, it goes off into the distance of space. It shoots again. This one just engulfs you, and you see kind of plasma burning at your. Oh, well, yeah, it doesn't matter. I would say we'd have to roll because you got a crit for your spacesuit thing. But your spacesuit tears, but you really don't care. But yeah,
Wait a second, C4 cares. He's going to be a little dramatic.
Fair. You're not choking to death.
Yeah.
That's what we should say. Yeah. So how does your element of surprise go off as you get engulfed by this plasma?
It's just as the plasma hits, it burning around C4. You can see the droid's hand just come forth, as the spacesuit's kind of ripping around it as he just launches that fire right back into it. A very clear yelp from over the comms as C4 did not appreciate that one. And he's looking hit. He's looking hit right now.
Perfect. Who feels lucky or unlucky in this? Who wants to roll me a d4?
Sure. I'll go for it. Oh, there we go.
Hey.
I can't read the. I always have to go to the screen. 2. So you guys see as that plasma barrage goes off, you hear these loud crawls, and you see the Volbex. The swarms come buzzing in as they come to try to hunt their prey. I'm going to get these guys into initiative.
Well, they look cool.
Sweet. All right, Val, you are up.
Well, this just got interesting.
I think this is why Malachi suggested a +10.
No, we're good. So, I have as my fighting style onslaught, so I can dash as a bonus action. So I'll move 60, and so I'll move in between them, kind of avoiding getting close to him, and then get up next to this guy down here. So mechanically, I would move kind of like that, and then dip sideways and come down.
Perfect.
And then I will make an attack, 2 attacks against this guy.
All right.
All right. Oh man, now I gotta remember how to do this. Here we go. Attack, normal. 16.
16 will hit. These guys are pretty rooted in place, so not too hard to hit.
Great. And so nice, 14 damage. And then here my second attack. Ooh, that is gonna miss.
That hits, surprisingly.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So as long as I don't critically fail. Got it. Let me get my damage back up because I closed my. All right, and that makes sense. Okay. So 7 damage on that one.
Perfect. How's that all look?
So you kind of see him just like take off, kind of almost like dodging between them, maybe a little bit of a roll as he skirts through, and then just runs up and makes 2 quick slashes as he's almost just continuously moving, and just more of a side thought to lash out at this guy as he's going.
Nice. All right, Malachi, you are up.
Malachi will cast Forced Body on himself. And then let's see. I'll also go ahead and quicken that as well. And then I'll cast Seed as an action. And I'll heal for, well, the lowest I can roll is a 4. So I'll heal for 6. And then after that, I will take a deep breath and move forward 30 feet. 30. And I'll stop there.
Perfect. Vars, you are up.
All right, Vars is going to move up. Yeah, right up to there. And then that's already. Why not? So up to here. There we go. Off he goes. All right. So first thing he's going to do is unload on the turret next to him.
All right.
And that is not happening. Actually, what I want to do is I want to use Rapid. So instead of unload on the target, yep, make a dex saving throw. Oh no. Looks like a can. Oh, wow, they're not going anywhere. So roll damage twice.
Nice.
So I guess that second one would just be 4 plus that 8, so 12. And
-3. You had the modifier once, damage roll twice.
yeah, that's what I'm getting. So the 4 that I rolled on the second one, plus the 8.
Okay.
So we 12 in total. How's that turret looking?
It's looking bloodied. Sparkling.
I'll take a shot at one of the new arrivals, the southernmost one on the map.
Okay.
And I'll throw on precision attack, because I'm pretty sure I got a feeling that's not gonna cut it. Spend the to add it to the roll, so d6 to that. It is 16 enough.
That'll hit.
All right, more damage.
Sweet. How does it all look as you get that off?
All right, so Vars is essentially closing the gap between himself and the turret. His blaster rifle raised. When it's just really not hard to miss. He just unloads on the damn thing, and then getting close to it, almost like ready to crouch under it, since it's a ranged thing and it feels like it'd be pretty easy to dodge once he's right next to it. He's gonna pivot and aim at one of the creepy-looking winged things that just came out of nowhere, and just essentially take a knee and try to take a shot at that. And hey, look at that, 9 damage. Also, that stuff's it's in space. So I don't feel like it would catch fire. Would it?
Wouldn't catch fire, but you do see it kind of sear off. So unfortunately, you won't get the recurring damage, but you definitely do see it does its full impact. Same with C4's explosion.
Oh, so it does the... Alright. Load weapon, deals fire damage, so it's normal type, so it's just fire damage. In case it has any sort of resistance. Okay, then that's going to... Not that I don't know if any more are coming, but screw it. The bonus action for extra, what is it? Reactions from Sentinel.
Oh, perfect. All right.
That will do it.
Sweet. Plasma turrets are up. Oh, which one is going? Oh, the one the way back. Val? You see this turret swivels towards you. You see plasma like builds. And you kind of see similar to what it looked like the C4, but you see it kind of just building and building past that point, and it just starts spewing just molten plasma, rocks and bolts at you. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
All right. Dex save. Oh.
Oh no.
All right. What'd you roll?
7.
Oh, that's rough. All right. So you see it just blurs through with this plasma blast, just barrage after barrage. You try to dodge out of the way, but some of them burn into you and burn into your suit. And with that, since that is over 20 damage, give me I think it's a D10. Let me pull up my rules here real quick. More than 15 damage for a hit. Yeah, roll me a D10. You want to be a 10 or better. Oof. Oh, sorry. That was my fault. Roll me a D20. You need to be a 10 or better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that felt really mean.
That's tough.
1 in 10 chance, or you're screwed, bucko.
All right. No, I don't want to do a minus. No, I don't want to. Sorry, hold on. It's there we go. Okay.
There we go. Yeah, so that thing
That is
burns
10 or
into
better.
you, but your suit holds that Mandalorian tech. Used to being in the void of space, kind of keeps you safe. You see it kind of melts a bit. You see a spot that it could have just burned through and doomed you, but luckily you survive it. But you do take a pretty hearty damage roll of 25 from that.
All right.
right, that's that guy's turn. The other turret. This one, it's gonna pick on Malachi. You see, it kind of tries to swivel and get towards you, Val, but you're a little too close for it to launch its special ability. So it is going to target Malachi with its plasma barrage. Give me a dexterity saving throw, Malachi.
All right, with Vitality Shield, I do have advantage on dex saves. Thank God.
Solid. You will succeed, so you will take half damage from this. So that'll be 13 damage.
Would I get an opportunity attack for a range attack?
Do you have a feat that gives you that?
Oh, I just thought that was a thing. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
Not for this system. Pathfinder lets you do that though.
Oh, that must be okay. Different.
Yeah. But
Hey,
so
you should have still one temporary hit point left, so you still got the benefits.
That's good. Oh, which swarm is this? Oh, it's the close one. So you see this swarm of Volvex. They are going to make their way, and you see them starting to swat at the doctor. You see their beaks kind of just coming, their talons coming through. You're trying to rip in. C4, they're going to make one attack at you. The first one at the doctor.
They have disadvantage on the doctor due to the guard action.
They do.
Unfortunately, though, C4 already used this reaction, so if they hit anyways, hey!
Yeah, C4, how are you protecting the doctor? Because they completely whipped it.
So C4 just he's got that bit of a cloak on, or what would you call that? Like trench coat, clothes, and he just wait, no, he's in a suit. Screw it. We'll say enough of his suit's torn off that he's got that billowing behind him, and he just tosses it over the doctor, so they're scraping at that, biting, nipping, scratching, rather than the Ithorian himself.
Perfect. You properly protect him, keeping him safe through all of that. Unfortunately, the attack that is towards you does hit.
Yeah, it does.
Not bad. For just 5 HP on that one.
Oh, C4 is about to be mean. That's for C4's turn.
Dr. Veshnin is up. Unfortunately, C4, you did not give him a repair pack.
Nope.
But he is, you see him typing fiercely on his data pad. And he is, yeah. So you see him typing furiously on his data pad. He goes, okay, odds look best if we perform together and act as a group. I'm going to stack that in our favor. Please listen to my observations and accomplish them as needed. So he is going to cast Stack the Deck. Why is that? Oh, because I've got that guy targeted. So unfortunately, let me untarget though. So Val, unfortunately, you are just a little bit too far away. But why does it roll for that? You three will get Stack the Deck, so a D4 is blessed pretty much. Added to you as long as Dr. Veshnin. So that's C4, Malachi, as well as Vars. We'll get that C4 added, or the D4 added to their attack rolls and saving throws. Let me minus that from his points so I don't forget. Perfect. So you see him kind of come that. You see him typing into his data pad and starting sending you guys different trajectories for attacks and all of that. And C4, back up at the top of the round, you are up.
C4 is about to be mean. He is going to use a superiority dice for fast access programs, which will allow him to cast his bonus action. And he's going to cast Shared Shielding.
With you, the doctor, right?
Yep.
All right.
As he looks to the doctor. If I die here, so do you. So please, don't take my guarding advantage of it.
But
He's
does
a
give
lit-
a plus 1 to AC, though, right?
It does, and that's about to be tested right now. As C4 is going to step away from this bird.
Yeah, you see its talons lash out.
Let's see.
It'll miss.
And miss. And C4 is going to start lighting into it with the Razzle Dazzle, the Smart Pistol. And he's got that incinerating ammo as well, so he'll be doing fire damage.
Nice.
So let me get that in there. Still gotta roll this manually. That it?
That'll hit.
All right, and I'll roll my extra attack. Hey!
How does that all look as you get that off?
So right after casting that on the scientist, C4 is going to like spin around as he's spinning, like drawing his pistol and just blasting into each of the hawks that he can find in that swarm, trying to make sure that he is at least thinning it out enough so he's not going to get absolutely like shredded by them. That spacesuit will be all right.
Perfect.
And just to go over it, the shared shielding, that won't damage the spacesuit. I should have asked this before.
Oh no, yeah. So the shared shielding won't damage his spacesuit.
Got it.
It will just hurt him, but it won't hurt his spacesuit.
Then we're all good.
Shield's shocking him as you take damage.
C4 would do something like that. So that's fine. And damage and damage. So 15 fire damage.
Nice. Yeah, it's looking very. The swarms looking hurt. You see some of them fall to the ground, but a lot of the Volvex continue swarming around Dr. Veshnin. All right. So they'll go first. And this one, yeah, it's going to roll up on Lord Malachi. You see it fly through. You see its talons lash out and just begin striking at you. It does not. I don't know why it always rolls with advantage. It does not have advantage, but either way, that would miss. The last one will hit. So you see it fly at you, striking out with its talons. The first one, your precognition with the force is able to allow you to avoid it. The second one, the talons rake across you for 13 damage. Sweet. So, Malachi, I think you rolled that last time. Who wants to roll me a d4? There's a couple of things that can happen on a Nit 20 here.
I will take the D4.
Go for it. Nice. So you see just one Volvex swarm swoops in from the far reaches and kind of prepares to join the fray. And this will be... So Val and Dr. Veshnin, you are safe. But you guys hear the... Not roar, because you guys are in space. But you guys see swooping above you a coral skipper, and you see it just starting to spew fire at you guys. You, as well as the Vivek swarm that's next to you guys, will need to make a dexterity saving throw as these coral missiles start coming and bombarding you.
Dex save. I'm not too good at those. Wait. I forgot.
You got, and you three actually have a d4. Two.
All right. I was about to say, like, I'm not good at dex saves. Why did I think this was good? I just remembered I have quick witted, but I don't think it matters. I got the net 20.
Yeah, you're correct there.
Yeah.
So C4 is gone. Malachi and Vars.
I should have done this at the beginning. It's been a minute since I played my dude here. Like this. Oh wait, we gotta make dexterity saves.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was my turn for some reason. Blech. Okay. Well, shit. Not good.
Oof. All right.
Is this something that Vars can see coming?
You can't see it coming. Anything you can do that? You're not a barbarian.
Yeah.
You're a berserker. Okay, yeah, roll me superiority dice. Nice. That's
A lot
enough.
better.
Yeah, so you guys see this coming through. C4, you move very quickly. Malachi, you're caught flat-footed. Vars, it looks like for a second, this bombardment of the Coral Skipper as it shoots these blasts at you is going to catch you. But luckily, you're able to nimbly evade most of the blast. So you guys are going to take 1d4 damage, but it's ship damage. So there's going to be a multiplier.
Oh, shit. That's a times 10 multiplier, right?
It is.
Oh,
luckily,
shoot.
roll a 1, so you 3 just take 10 damage from this. As you guys see this ship. Oh, actually, Vars and C4, you take 5. Malachi, you take the full 10.
Actually, C4 takes 2. And the scientist also takes 2.
I forgot about the shared seal shielding there. Yeah, so you guys see C4 get blasted. It can avoid most of the plasma, but a bit leaks through. But you see the doctor just jolted. What happened? That's not very pleasant.
That's just our shared shielding. Makes us more resistant to damage, but we both take it.
You guys see him
Did
shake
the,
his head there. Oh, sweet. So that is. Oh, one last thing I need to do.
Do the turrets also fail that dex saving throw and take a teensy-weensy bit of damage?
Fortunately, the turret is out of the blast. The swarm did fail that and did take the 10. All right.
Imagine failing that and taking 40 damage straight up. That's scary.
Yeah. All right. We've already had that guy go. Oh, the new Volvex swarm. Yeah, they are racing towards you, Val. And you see talons just ripping out as they are trying to claw into you. You guys, actually, let me clarify too. You guys have gone through. This is your second round here. As you're waiting for the to set and have your explosives go off. So 26 to hit. That will unfortunately hit.
Actually, remember that little bit of hey, bonus action.
Yeah, go
take a
for it.
shot. Boom, boom. When does it actually get close enough to attack Val?
So unfortunately, it's a large creature. So once it goes there, so it gets into range. But that is it's in its range because it can hit him from here too. But
okay. Well, hey, I can piss it off a little bit. Maybe.
So I'm going to do parry, try to reduce the damage a little bit.
And is a 15 enough to land a blow?
it is.
All right.
Perfect.
And it's within 30 feet, so actually 9 damage because of minimum dice threshold.
Nice.
Which I wish we could write into this thing somehow.
That would make life a lot easier.
Oh, heck yes. Yeah. But there you go. So 9 damage. Yay. Hey, look at that. Same as what he parried.
Perfect. Yeah, you bring that. So you blast into it, Vars. Val, you bring that damage down to 3. And was it his first attack or its second attack? That was his first attack, unfortunately. So it does have one more.
All right. Ooh.
So unfortunately, that will hit
Yep, I don't have another reactions.
for 14 damage. Sweet. This is a plasma turret. So you see it trying to swivel to hit you, Vars. But fortunately, it's too close for it to take a chance at. C4, it is going to pick on you and plasma barrage you. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
I have quick wizard, which I will use now, which will allow me to use an intelligence save instead.
Perfect.
And normal. Oh boy.
Fortunately, that will fail. You see the turret swivel towards you, glow bright, and blast you. Fortunately, you have resistance, though, right?
Yeah.
Well, fortunately, give it D4 and a +1.
Oh yeah, that's right. D4.
So I will say you need a 4. All right. Yeah. So yeah, you see it swivel towards you. Plasma go bright. Its face it shoot at you, but luckily you are quick-witted enough to dodge most of the blast. So that'll cut that down to 30. Oh, we'll cut that down to 6 because 13 from saving, 6 from resistance. As you dodge most of the blast and your suit catches flame.
I have a reaction to do. Element of surprise.
Perfect. It fails.
All right, and just going to do a standard one here for 2d10. For 10 fire damage.
Nice.
How's it looking?
This thing is looking rough. Definitely bloodied. It looks like a solid 2 hits will take it down.
Yeah.
All right. Val, you are up.
Oh wait, I should also ask real fast. How's the scientist looking right now? He just took 6 damage.
He's looking like he's taken 8 damage so far. I mean, he's healthy. He's not bloodied. He looks shaken up, a little battered as he gets shocked by your shield, but still holding up pretty well.
Good to hear, good to hear.
So Val is going to dodge. Take the dodge action.
All right.
And then I'm going to run down here. And as a bonus action, plant the explosive.
Perfect. I forgot to roll that with disadvantage, but either way, that attack will miss Val. Val, give me you took proficiency. Give me a demolition check for DC 12.
All right. And so I don't have that on my sheet, but it's +8 it should be.
All right. Yeah, so the plus I could probably what attribute are you using for it? Probably like intelligence or wisdom.
Oh, I was thinking dexterity, but yeah, I guess.
I'm recommending for dexterity. Yeah, go for dexterity.
All right. Nice. There we go.
Nice. Yeah, you expertly set that explosive. The Aurodian Mutts would be proud of Val after all the time they put into teaching him that. You set that down. 2 of the 3 explosives have been planted.
All right, and then Val will just start to. But the rest of it, he only got 5, so he'll just move up here.
All right.
It's his turn.
Malachi, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna activate my Saber Storm so you guys see like 2 lightsabers come out and start whirling around me. I'm gonna make 2 attacks at let's see, how far away are they? that turret. You said that this turret over here by Vars is looking bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they're able to make it over there. They can move 20 feet. So I want to make 2 light blade attacks at that turret. I rolled. I don't see anything. Is it lagging?
Yeah, I don't see anything either.
Okay, there we go. 13.
All right.
And the second one is, oh geez. Okay, so I'll roll damage on
Add a D4. Add a D4.
it wouldn't make a difference. Even if I rolled a 4, it's an 11.
Yeah,
It's a
roll a
turret that
D4.
got hit on a 10.
Yeah.
Oh,
You need a 3.
Oh,
I just like the black dice. I can never see what they are.
so only 3 damage with it. Comes back, but that's not why I did it. I need protection. And then I am going to, I'm pretty sure it is a bonus action. Yes, it is. I am going to phase walk. Yeah. I'm going to phase walk from here all the way to here. And I was going to use an action, but let's risk it for the biscuit. I'm going to do a technology roll to try and plant this now.
You use phase walk and saber storm.
Oh, I thought it was a free action or an action. Never mind. Okay.
Action, yeah.
Okay, that's me.
All right. Vars, you are up.
Well, to hopefully put this damn turret out of its misery, he's going to turn around and unload on it. Rapid.
Have it.
And that's... Alright, so that's going to be... What is it? It's 44 plus 3.
Is up, but barely.
Oh my goodness. Alright, I'm going to... Just because I don't want to wait, I'm going to use my other attack on one of the swarms. I'm going to use the monk bonus proficiency that we got.
Okay.
And I'm going to use the first part of that. I'm going to use my bonus action to just kick it.
Sweet. Kick away.
So-
If you hit, you kill it. It literally has 1
That
HP
is-
left.
So strength, I guess that'd be ability check, plus 1d4. Come on.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. I hope that's enough. I think he said if it hits. If
Wait,
it
how do you
hits,
take it down?
Seeing that it's just like sputtering on its last bits, Vars is just gonna look for something that, like, I guess it's maybe just barely hanging on to the actual world ship, and just kind of like kick at whatever last support's holding it in place and just send it flailing off into space. Just one good solid kick, like from underneath it, just unroot it from the ship, and just off it goes into the void. And with that, Vars will move up to Malachi. Yeah. There you go. Move right up to here. And turn and fire on that swarm.
Alright.
So, subtract 2 ammo from that. Subtracting more. Alright, so attack. 1d4. Oh my goodness, that doctor is just so nice to have around. except for this.
Done.
All right. Well, that's gonna do it for Vars for now.
Solid. This creature is looking rough. You see it kind of blast in, the fiery ammo kind of pelting into it. Is definitely bloodied. Definitely looking fairly hurt.
Wait, what the hell did I do? I rolled a 12 there for the swarm.
Oh, the 12. Sorry, I thought that was your damage. Fortunately, yeah, it is.
No,
That won't miss.
Yeah, that like, oh, okay, I'll take it, but that didn't feel right. All right.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, the swarm's a little faster than that.
All right. Well, that'll do it for Vars. Passing it off to a turret.
All right.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, so the turret is up. Which turret
Who's he going
is
to shoot
that?
at?
Oh, it's one at the bottom. All right, that one is going to, unfortunately, it's going to take aim at Val. Let me roll my d6 to see if it gets back its special ability. Fortunately, it does. Val, you're dodging, so make me a dexterity save with advantage.
All right. Which one is up?
The one that's over here.
Oh,
Kind of at
okay.
the far end. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, sorry. My map is showing it's the one up there. Okay, got it. Dex save.
And this guy up here died, right?
Yeah, he's dead. I don't know why it's not showing.
Okay. Just
Advantage save.
yeah, it did.
Yeah, solid. So you'll take half damage on this. You see the turret spin around, get you in its sight. But Val, the hunter of hunters, proves too fast for it. And this is a good one to save on. This will be 15 damage. You see it blast. Oh, but you do need to roll a d10, d20, 10 or higher, because it's 15 damage that you take to see how your suit holds up to the strain.
All right. You said D20.
Nice. Val, your suit is just holding. You've been blasted by these plasmas. I don't know if it's just Val's natural resilience, the Mandalorian craftsmanship, or just his own innate luck within the Force, but it just keeps holding. You see patches getting worn thin as the plasma burns into you, but luckily you're kept safe from the void. That's his turn. Dr. Veshnin is up. Do I want to spend his tech points? So Val's looking pretty rough. How close can he get to Val? Val, you're very far away.
Yeah. I don't think he can get close enough. Wait, yes he can if he's got the bonus action one. That's in 60 feet, right?
Was it 60 feet for Coltal Pack?
Let me double check. Maybe 60, maybe 30. So, Colton.
Let me see. I think I've got it in my thing.
Colto is 60.
Sweet. So he is going to take the disengage action and move over here. So you see him kind of like duck between the Volbeck swarm that's hovering around him, and then you see him look at Val and just awkwardly toss this like little drone towards you. You see it hover and begin spraying Colto. Actually, not spraying. Like it comes through and like hooks up to your suit and begins just ejecting Colto through your spacesuit. So let me roll some Colto for that. Not the best, but you get 4 HP back.
All right.
Every point counts.
Yeah.
All right, the plasma turret is up. Who's it gonna pick on? Seeing you destroy its compatriot, it is going to target you, Vars. It's going to roll its d6 to see if it gets its ability back. Fortunately, it does. Vars, give me a dexterity saving throw. And don't forget your advantage. Or not advantage, your d4. Nice. Yeah, you see that blast coming. You dodge and you're able to avoid the worst of it. And you take 12 fire damage as that plasma energy damage as that plasma engulfs you. Luckily, not enough. Oh, actually, you've got Beskar armor too, so you are straight. Sweet. Top of the order, C4, you are up. This is your third round as well. Third of 4 that you guys need to kind of accurately time with the other group. You have 2 of the 3 bombs planted. C4, what do you do?
All right. So C4 is going to come up to the person he's supposed to protect. And it's already got shared shielding up, so remind me again, do we allow if you can cast a leveled spell as a bonus action and the main action, you can cast both in a single turn?
Fortunately, not with this one. We did that for Kazuya, but not for this campaign.
Yeah, that's yeah, I'd say this next bit will be worth it. C4 is going to use his action to guard again, wanting to make sure that he's not going to take any unnecessary damage from the doctor getting hit by something like another skipper or one of the turrets. And as a bonus action, he's going to be casting Barrage at 3rd level.
Nice.
So, Barrage. And 3rd level is... We'll put him back down to here. So those 64, and he's going to be targeting this turret right here.
Sweet. If it's a dexterity save, so it fails. So give me some damage.
All right, that is going to be 64. Sorry, 66.
Nice.
20 damage straight to.
It is looking bloodied. Not rough yet, but definitely looking like it's. You see bits of plasma bursting out through the coral. It definitely looks like it's taken some rough damage.
Yeah, and that will be C4.
All right. Volvex Swarm. Which one is that? So yes, there's one's right next to C4. You see it just crying out like a caw as it comes through, talons sweeping at you, trying to just really eviscerate your droid parts. First one. Oh, why is it not showing it? Could you guys see the rolls?
I saw the roll, but not the result on the chat window.
I think it's popping up.
Now it's showing.
So one crit misses, the second will hit.
What did it roll to hit?
25.
Yeah, I can't make that one miss.
So 7 damage to UC4. Ignore that, Val. I still have you clicked on accident.
3. And 3 over to the scientist.
Oh yeah, I was good at that. So actually, I had forgotten to do that earlier. So let me make a Constitution saving throw for him. He just needs to be above a 10.
Oh shoot! I completely forgot about concentration.
Yeah, he is he is scared for his life, and he is focusing on keeping up this stack the deck to really give you guys any advantage he can. He looks like he's not bloodied yet, but he is definitely looking worse for the wear. You see some cuts to his suit, his face looking a little haggard and worn. He's definitely feeling this.
By the way, currently last superiority dice can get some more later with a Sentinel manifestation. Going to use the reaction of Element of Surprise and rolling a d6 to add on to the level. Max
right.
of 3. All right. So, deck save from this swarm here, or the 4d10. It fails.
Fail.
19 damage.
Nice. Yeah, this creature is barely on its feet. Like it is like, or barely on its wings, we should say. It's fluttering. It is like flying up and down, bleeding profusely. A decent, any hit probably will take it down.
C4 will turn to the side. This is like, hey, you have that one.
You see the scientist is super nervous still, but the Vex Swarm, last one, will start fluttering its way towards Vars. You see? Oh, did you do your sentinel thing, or is it too close?
It's no, I've only got a range weapon out, so I don't get to hit it.
Okay.
I had I should get like a bayonet and put that in the end of my rifle, but yeah.
All right, it is lashing out at you. First hit will miss.
Wait, unarmed strike.
Second hit. Unfortunately, you have to have a hand, or for reactions, you have to have like a melee weapon or a hand free. With that, that'll crit. 23 damage. Luckily, you put your enhanced items into your Mandalorian Beskar Garb, so you don't have to worry about the void stuff, but you will take 23 damage.
All right.
And Val, you are up. Or actually, Vars, is there anything you can do?
Yeah, but Nope, that's fine. All right, so that's 23 damage.
Perfect. Val, you are up.
All right. I'm gonna run up on this guy, so 15 feet, and I'm gonna switch up my fighting stance and take brawler. And I'm gonna make 2 strikes, and then as a bonus action, a strike, and then my monk action as a strike. So I'm gonna take 2 weapon attacks and 2 unarmed.
Sweet. Do the 2 weapon attacks first. You may not need all of that.
Oh, all right. So first, all right, and there's damage. Oh, didn't roll. Okay, 7. My second attack. There's damage. 14.
Nice. Finish it.
All right. Yeah, so I'm just going to run up on him and just take 2 more quick slices, and then continue moving. So I'll just kind of run right through him here and try to come up here and catch a little bit of a breather. Yeah, I guess in that case then yeah, never mind. We're good. That's my turn.
Perfect.
Well, hold on. Sorry. I still have a bonus action then, right? Because I didn't make my...
You do have a bonus action, yep.
Okay, yeah, so I'll use a second one. Sorry, I got confused on that for a sec.
Oh, no worries.
And I'll try to do a little bit of healing here. If I find it on my sheet. And that's a D10 in my fighter. So... Alright, so I will heal for 8.
Perfect. All right, Malachi, you are up.
Is it an action or bonus action to make the roll? Plant the charge?
To make the roll, the bonus action. To do it without a roll, action.
Okay, that first part was bonus action to do it with the roll.
Yeah, with the rolls and a bonus action, we either have to make a DC 12 malicious check if you're proficient, or a DC 15 technology check if you're not.
All right, let's see how this goes. And what would it be to leave the charge there? Just a free action, or
Like just drop
like
the
to set it
charge.
down and then say, "Hey, Vars, I suck. You should do this."
We are in the void of space. I would fear that thing would not respond to any kind of gravity.
Right, I'll follow the logic of whatever Tegan says. So this is
Yeah.
gonna be my technology is not good, but I can add a doesn't matter unless I can burn an inspiration. So maybe there's a chance, but I got a -1 to that. Up to you guys.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're not able to get it through. You can spend your action to get it in, or you can do your action for something else. Your choice.
-1 isn't that big of a negative, especially when you consider the D4. That would, at the very least, make that
The
neutral.
D4 is just for its bless, so just attack rolls and saving throws.
Ah, shit, that's right.
Okay. Yeah, Malachi's pissed that he didn't get it set immediately the way that he wanted it to. So I just look at Vars and I say, I don't know what to tell you. I need help. And then I'm gonna cast using Deceptive Strike. Where is it? There it is. There we go. I'm gonna use Necrotic Touch. So one of my my light blades flies towards that swarm that's closest to our resident droid and a Thorian, and we'll attack them. 20.
That'll hit.
I don't know why I rolled that. I should have just rolled Necrotic Touch, but I don't think it really matters.
I don't think that rolls right. It's missing something.
Yeah, it should be +7 to attack, but it doesn't really matter because I rolled a 16.
Hits.
And then I'll get they'll take 12 necrotic damage and I get 12 temporary hit points.
Sweet. Finish him.
Damn.
Nice.
And the last thing I'll do is back up over here, and I will stand in front of the doctor, and that'll be my turn.
How does it look, the necrotic touch on the birds?
It looks like a flying light dagger goes into the swarm and just spins around, and you see kind of this green, dull green light around the lightsaber or light dagger, and when it comes back, it kind of dissipates but absorbs in a way into the suit.
Perfectly. And Vars, you are up.
All right. So as Malik, I guess, awkwardly fumbles the charge to Vars. Is Vars able to grab it?
Yeah, you can definitely use your free action to kind of grab it from.
Okay. All right, fine. And with that, Vars will get to work on trying to plant the charge while avoiding the screeching
All right.
demons overhead. He's not proficient with demolitions, but he is with technology, so I'm going to give that a roll. That does not include the D4 from the stacked deck, right?
It won't include the D4, unfortunately.
Okay, that's all right. Because who freaking needs it, man? Get out of here. Look at that. Like I've done this before. I hope.
17.
17
worked.
good. All right, so like essentially swatting at the birds overhead and splitting his attention between the two. He'll do that with his bonus action. And you said the free action was grabbing it, so all right. Going to then fire at the birds because what else am I going to do? And that charge, is it gonna like cause an explosion big enough where I should worry that I'm standing next to the X?
We'll say once you guys decide to have it go off, you're able to kind of duck and cover without worrying.
All right. In that case, I'll just shoot at dang birds. So, pew pew with the blaster rifle. I think I'm trying really hard to just have this go off with the macro. Doesn't want to. Right. Heavy blaster rifle. Let's go. Nope. Attack roll. 1d4. Is a 14 enough to connect with those gosh darn birds?
It is fortunate enough for the birds.
All right, thank goodness. Let me roll some damage. Where they go? For a 10.
Nice. Yeah, looking really rough.
Okay. Yeah, and with that, Vars will pass his turn off to the turret. Oh no.
That thing's scary.
Sweet, the turret is up. You see it cycling between targets. It's going to roll its d6 to see what it can do. Luckily, it does not get that back. But Vars, you do see it settle upon you, and you see plasma begin to eke out of its mouth as it just launches 2 bolts of plasma at you. Oof. Oh, so that's not an advantage. The first will miss. I don't know why it keeps doing that.
Goodness.
Second will miss as well. You see these 2 bolts of plasma just arcing your way. Fortunately, you were able to kind of maneuver through the darkness of space and avoid it. It looks like you'll be returning some fire, too.
Yeah, hopefully returning some fire. This is how you hit. God, they have crap decks. All right, and out goes the damage.
All right. Dr. Veshnin is up. Yeah, so you see he is still looking over at you, Val. You look kind of the worse for the wear. So you see him kind of prepare another Kolto drone. Use his bonus action to send it your way. He's also going to take... Yeah, he's not doing great healing for you, but another 4 HP your way. He is going to move towards the blast site and take the dodge action. And this one is going to fly down and pick on you, C4.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
First will hit.
Were these the guys who crit on 19s, or was that the turret?
That was the turrets.
Okay, good. Both of those will very unfortunately hit, and C4's already spent his reaction.
Yeah, so you see them just clawing into you, just scraping the remains of your spacesuit, just carving into the metal of your droid for 19 damage total.
9 damage to C4, 9 damage to the side.
Oh yeah, forgot
How's
about
he
that.
looking?
I think this is he is bloodied now. And he has lost concentration.
Damn. You know, I kind of expected him to be targeted more, but I forgot the fact C4 is a droid. And the Yuzong Vong hate droids.
They do hate droids.
So cost fallacy, I'll keep it up just in case the scientist does get targeted. But definitely considering dropping it at this point.
he hasn't actually hit anybody, and the Vong are definitely more of a warrior race, but this is round 4. So you guys are synced up. What are you guys doing? C4, you're up first.
Gaston, slow release mid pack.
Just for clarification, is this the round where we blow it, or at the end of this round do we blow it?
You guys can blow it at the start and kind of however you'd like to run it.
But if we want to stay synced, we got 3 more rounds we need to go.
No, you guys are synced now.
Oh, we're synced now?
Yeah, this is round 4.
Oh, never mind. We're good. C4's going to throw some healing over to the to our doctor. 6 healing.
Okay.
And he is going to step away from the birds. Wait. Yeah, he's going to step away from them.
Okay. Do you are you standing there, or are you getting any closer to the blast site?
Where's the blast site again?
Over by Vars.
By bars. Good. If C4 was able to stand next to the scientist, if the scientist gets himself too caught up in the blast site, could C4 help that at all, or is
Luckily, you guys will have to worry about the blast site kind of giving radius damage to you guys. The biggest thing I think you have to worry about is how long you want it going to be on your own if people start blow the hole, because blowing the hole pretty much just takes a bonus action and then jumping in.
There we go. That'll be C4.
All right. I think they're dead. Oops. Nope, they're still alive. So yes, you see some talons coming through. They continue to try to rake over Vars. First one will miss. Second one super misses. The Beskar Vars' warrior spirit proves too much for it. Val, you are up.
All right. So I'll spend the bonus action to blow the hole.
Nice.
And then, how does this guy look?
He's bloodied. He's close to rough.
Okay. I'll run up on him and make. Do I want to stick around and do this? Yeah, I'm gonna make 2 attacks on him.
All right.
All right. So, all right. The first one.
That'll hit.
Nice. And I'm gonna use charging attack. So he has to make a saving throw. What would that be? 16, I believe. Let me look if I wrote that down. Yep, 16.
All right. You will fail.
So he goes prone, and then he takes 3 in addition to the actual attack damage here. Yep. All right, so he takes 10 damage, and then he's prone, so I'll make another attack with advantage. And I do get an extra reroll on that, so I'll reroll a 5.
That would definitely hit.
There we go. And we'll do some damage. And then how's he looking?
Oh, he's dead now. Finish him.
All right, nice. So I kind of run up. I kind of knock him out of the air. Take a stab at him. Actually, let's make this thematic here. So I knock him out of the air. I kind of land on him, pierce him to the ground, and then just keep running. And
nice.
jump through the hole. And as I go down, I'll just tell Vars, Val shall scout ahead, keep the doctor safe, and I'll jump through.
Malachi, you are up.
Malachi is relieved that everything just went boom boom. So as I'm running towards the newly created hole, I'm gonna do another necrotic touch with one of my light daggers again at the swarm that remains.
Just sap a little life.
Yep. Well, it doesn't stack, so it's just replacing the temp HP I'm losing, or would be losing this turn, so I'm getting new temp HP. Let's see. Where's my mouse? Oh, there it is. Alright, so 24 to hit. Takes 6 necrotic. I get 6 temp HP. It's better than nothing. I can bonus action med pack?
You can?
Okay, cool. I will roll that in a moment, but yeah, I sprint. I have just enough movement to get all the way to the hole and jump in after Val.
Perfect. So you guys see Malachi and Val disappear down the hole. Vars, you are up.
I'm just gonna wrap it here. I can grapple a willing participant, right?
Can?
All right. Well, free action to holster the blaster rifle, then draw the heavy blaster pistol from one of the many holsters on Vars's person, and then he's going to go ahead and refresh my memory on how grapple works. It essentially replaces one of my attacks, right?
Replaces one of your attacks and halves your speed.
Halves my speed. Thankfully, I'm already right there. So I'm going to grab the droid from behind.
Oh, the droid.
Grab T4. Yeah. And take a shot and aim it at the swarm. Fire it. There we go. There we go. Oh, the D4 is gone. So that's 6. Doesn't matter, because I'm really not worried about hitting it. I just wanted to spend a superiority die to do that. Oh no, damn it.
Unfortunately, you have to hit
That's
the
one
creature.
I hit.
Yeah.
All right. Are you guys cool with me burning an inspo? Because I don't want that thing to get it. I mean, last thing you want is like, oh, it crit, and oh, by the way, one of us got knocked down, and half the party is already inside.
Use it. Don't miss stuff.
Go for it.
Channel your Mandalorian.
Well, I'm gonna. All right. So real quick, just press F5. Because I don't trust any of these VTTs no more. And got my sheet. All right.
Watch that will miss.
So that wait.
Defiant?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the
Fire it up.
which I'm
You
going
do need
to.
a 4
All
for
right.
this.
Wait a minute. I'm proficient with this.
Wait. Yeah, it's not adding your proficiency.
Oh, yeah, it didn't. Yeah. Oh, there you go. What's your...
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so you still need to fire it, but much easier.
But I just need to roll Defiant. Doesn't matter what I get.
Yeah.
You
I think it's only adding your
back the deck
proficiency.
adds onto attack rolls, right?
No, he doesn't. The guy lost concentration.
What's Vars's dex? I think it's only adding your proficiency onto there.
No, the +3 is right.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Sweet. Yeah, so with the Defiant, that will hit.
Hey, look at that 4 anyway, for good measure. All right. Now that happened, gonna go ahead and use maneuvering attack. Why not?
Sweet. What are you doing maneuvering attack?
I'm going to use that to get the doctor in. And then drag. Yep. And then use that to drag the droid in. And kind of set the example on what you should do with the people that you're working with.
Damn. See, I will say C4's reaction to being grabbed from behind was not so flattering. He wasn't prepared for it. He was looking at the birds right after the explosion.
But Vars isn't going to make a big deal of it. Just, you good?
We'll cut that out in post.
Perfect. As the explosions go off, you guys do your last bits of battle. You see these three synchronized go off. You see, looking in the distance, other explosions go. Vars dragging C4 in. Val and Malachi jumping through. Or Val's ordering the doctor to jump in as well. You guys get into this world ship, and you see kind of still kind of the whistling of the void as the air kind of flows into the void. You see there is a kind of a membrane that's falling down. We are going to end here, but before we do, one person roll me 1d3. Call out before you roll. Who wants to take
All right,
it?
I'll do it. Got it. Let's roll 1d3. Here we go.
Higher is better, right?
That's how many enemies we meet as soon as we drop.
Not enemies, but we'll find out what that means. But you guys do drop into it. You see kind of this liching around, kind of casting light. You feel the whistling of the atmosphere above as it flows out through the hole you all just made. But you have made your way onto the world ship, and we'll pick it up next session. Sweet. So next session. So I know we're not gonna have one next week, but would you guys be up for the 3rd? Or sorry, the 2nd of January?
Yeah, that's good with me.
Yeah.
Perfect. So yeah, we'll pick up the 2nd of January as the crew dives deeper into their retribution for Taris as they decide to take out this Yuzon Vong world ship. So make sure to come through then. But until next time, everybody.